Hello guys, this is Kellen from AncientGeekMyths, and I'm joined here with, let's start it off, Josh, who was on the podcast with me.
I am an ancient geek.
Alright.
I'm a
Then Bo the editor is also with us.
Hello.
And then we have Connor the scrub. Anyway, we are doing a D&D series, and I'll just disclaim now, nothing really actual D&D. It's all mine. I've spent tons of time getting into it and getting it balanced, though it is not official D&D. It is heavily based on D&D. Anyway, we'll go into it. In this world, there is an empire known as the Corvix Empire, which is surrounded by an area called the Obsidian Mountains. It is very sheer cliffed and very few passes, and even the Underdark does not extend under the Corvix Empire. There's no way into it besides those few passes. It's a very militaristic state. It's very inside the mountains is very flat. It is pine wood, and it is cold. Everyone here, the common traits of a Corvixian is pale skin, black hair, and purple eyes. That's what it is. And the royal family is called the Black family. That's their last name. It's called Black. Anyway, the capital of this country, or empire, is a giant spire of obsidian-looking rock, like a purpley obsidian-looking rock, that is 2/3 the size of Mount Everest, and about as round as the most dense part of New York. It is a very large spire, and this is saying the mountains are about the size of the Rocky Mountains, so basically only, and then on this is the rock is impossible to carve or break to any known modern thing, although there's ancient things carved into it by ancient someones. Maybe ancient geeks. And there's a bunch of there's a lot of wooden and stone added on things because there are platforms on the outside. There are a few hidden tunnels, maybe, through the rock. There is even like hot springs and stuff that also come out. But most of it is just on the outside of the spire. So that means there's platforms, there are stone and wooden buildings for the majority. Basically, the city goes from the bottom to 2/3 up the way of the spire. Then it's mainly untraveled, unworn, kind of like, worn. And it goes up to that, and at the very top are giant ravens at Raven's Rook. That's what that's called. There's rumors that somebody lives up there, but rumors, gossip. There's always going to be rumors like that. Because most people can't breathe up there. So it's like, maybe somebody lives up there and they're doing magic up there, making the crows big, making so we can't breathe and go see. Anyway, so that is the country. We'll go through characters. We'll start with Ginger Schnapps, which is played by Bo. He is maybe you guess, a ginger without any memories. He woke up nearly a year ago here in a hot springs.
Put up a picture of a drunk ginger.
Basically a dwarf.
This is approximately what my character looks like.
Yep. Then our second character is Aeoryn Silverthorn. He's an elf, very stereotypical elf. He's not high elf or wood elf because there's no differentiation. There's just elves. There are said to be snow elves, but most people don't know that. And then there's dark elves, which are called Drow. But he is just an elf. He stands tall, blonde hair.
Is he an angry elf?
He has blonde hair originally, but it's dyed red.
Yeah, bright red eyes.
Yeah, and he has red eyes. He, elf ears. His are a bit longer because that is usually associated with royalty or nobility to have slightly longer ears. He is in red, like luxury-looking clothes with slight gold. Not gold is in the metal, just gold is in color trimming. And he looks like he's running from something. Maybe he killed somebody. That's the kind of demeanor he gives off. And then, finally, is our third member of the party, named Tiun. Just Tiun. He is a drow, very secretive like most drow. He has a past, probably won't tell anybody. He's a drow. He's very secretive and doesn't like people knowing much about him or getting too attached. Although that when a drow comes attached to something, they're very attached to it. And They won't show it with a function, but they will protect it with their lives. Anyway, so that is that. They are in RAVENROCK. Yeah. RAVENROCK, the city.
Did you say how he got
Yeah. The Drow, Mr. Tiun, lived under the Obsidian Mountains in that part of the Underdark. But, like I said, none of it goes under the Corvix Empire. He eventually, the one exit came through, went through the pass. He found himself here trying to sell his tinkerings, because he is a tinkerer with a bit of a magic side. Our friend Aeoryn is a mainly pyromancer. He has a little bit of arcane, but he's mainly pyromancer, and he's also an anti-magic paladin. Then Ginger Schnapps is our ranger. So there's that. Although, thinking about it, there's not too much balance in the way of heavy damage, besides that for magic, because none of them really have high strength. Anyway, you find yourselves Aeoryn. He's been here for maybe a couple weeks. And Tiun's been here for a little under 2 months. He's trying to sell his tinkerings to no success, really. Because the people of RAVENROCK, they're a military society. They're very... His brass clockwork designs don't really intrigue them much here. But they've proven very useful in his past. He even wears a helmet, which is a half helm with sliding out mouth guard, and a very tinkering layered glass scope. Yeah, basically. It's like that of a jewelry designer, where it's multiple lenses of progressively slower sizes. Anyway, you all find yourself in there. Bo is at the tavern like he usually is. He is a bit of a drunk. And then, Mr. Tiun has come here after a long day seeking food. And our newer arrival, Aeoryn. What's his head? Tiun.
Aeoryn.
Yeah. Aeoryn. Or most people end up calling him Aeoryn instead of Aeoryn, and he's become used to that. Although he does still have a slight disgust for it. Aeoryn is Aeoryn. Tiun is Tiun. And then Ginger Schnapps is Ginger, and then Schnapps. There's lots of puns to be thought of that name. Yeah. Anyway, so you guys all find yourself in the same bar called the Sinking Ship, which is literally, they built a ship, and it's there. It's built in, it's not like any ship that's left there. They built a building that looks like a ship. Because although it's a mainly militaristic and droll society here, there are a decent amount of eccentrics in the capital. Because that's where the main trade and stuff is. There's still trade coming into the Corvix Empire, though they do keep to themselves a bit. I mentioned what Corvixians look like in this recording, right? Oh. Alright, they have, if I didn't, I'll repeat. Corvixians, common like the natives, have black hair. They're decently tall but thin. I'll just go back over it, but they're also pale and have purple eyes. Varying degrees of purple, but still purple. The royal family is the blacks. Might have repeated that. It's repeated. Anyway, you guys find yourself in the sinking ship. What do you guys do? You guys have spent your... I will just say, you guys, when you start, you just have food with you. So, Tiun is getting food for the night. He's gotten, a nice... It's not the most tasty, but it's a very filling steak with a bit of mashed potatoes on the side. And he's gotten, just a little tankard of ale, I would assume. Is that right? Bo, just a large tankard.
2 large tankards.
Yeah.
2 large tankards. Okay.
And Aeoryn, what did you order?
I probably would have ordered a small beer.
No, he says a small bottle of beer. Cork has been taken out and handed to him. There's not that many people in it, because it's just evening, so people haven't quite gotten off work. The Tinkerer's just been like, I'm closing early, most people don't come here. So he's come, and then Aeoryn's hasn't really done anything in the city. He's ordered a room, that's about it. he's been staying here. And then Mr. Ginger Schnapps comes here regularly because it does not have the best alcohol in town, but it has the strongest alcohol in town. And
I find it disgusting.
yeah. Anyway, and we will be a bit more serious than our usual because, you know, our ones we do are a bit goofier and we do that.
Damn it.
But yeah. We're going to stay in character a bit more, do a bit of role play. Anyway. You guys...
More wench.
A woman comes up to you. She is a curvy, very voluptuous woman with blonde hair. She's an elf.
Hey, elf stuff. My tanker's running a bit low.
Are you gonna pay for another one this time, Ginger?
What was that?
You gonna pay for one this time, Ginger? Or are you putting another one on your bill? Alright.
I'll have the money by next week.
You better, or Big Johnny Malone is going to get you, and you know this. And she goes to the...
Tell Malone you can suck it.
Oh, he'll
Doesn't scare me. He knows it.
he'll love you too. And she goes behind the bar. Anyway, so Aeoryn is slightly chuckling at this. Mr. Gloomy Tiun is just like, stupid humans.
That is way too accurate.
Basically, dark elves, they don't really feel any emotion towards anyone. The only ones they... Oh. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We are now back in the tavern. What do you guys do? By the way, just a quick note. There is a certain super strong alcohol in this universe that tastes very fruity and very elven, but it'll knock the socks off an orc. It is called Lesty. Even Bo or Ginger Schnapps stays away from this drink at most times.
Most. Emphasis on most.
He will drink it. He's even been known to drink some orcish ales, though he's not the biggest fan of the taste because it takes an orc to like it. It's very strong, though, so he's tried it on a few occasions. Special occasions. It's also quite expensive. Anyway, we go back. Anyone want to make the first move? Initiate your party so we can do the rest of the story?
Hey, Dark Elf.
What?
What you doing here? I haven't seen one of you here.
Mind your own business, dwarf.
What did you just call me?
I called you dwarf.
I am a half-elf. You watch your tongue.
Well, someone should have salty, aren't they?
Almost as salty as your wife.
You do hear a little ha from the tavern woman behind the bar. By the way, she all you can see of the waitress from before is the top of her head, because the woman running this is a pale orc woman. She is basically a huge woman.
So everything's built whole.
Yeah,
And she's kind
the
of...
tavern is the tavern's bigger, and there's booths for bigger people. Basically, your guys is even like if you're like 6 foot, your feet would be dangling a bit because orcs in this universe are quite big. The smallest being like 6'5", the tallest being like 8'7".
Damn.
And there are also Goliaths, which are basically the biggest orcs, which are bordering 9 feet on tallest. They're very rare. Pale orcs are about in the middle. She's about, like, just under 7 foot, and it's pale skin. It looks like a pale skinned person, a little bit more white, but yeah. And she has a scar over one eye, and it's again a pale eye because it's blinded. But she looks like a woman you do not want to mess with. Also, by the way, the Drow do feel a slight affinity towards orcs because they were both supposedly created by the same dark god, which is now not around. And both patron deity is now Ritos, the god of chaos and freedom.
What is this waitress's name?
You know her name. The others do not. Even, he's came here for a few times to eat, even though the food's not very good. It's the cheapest on food. He has heard her name, but he's not quite sure. He's thinking it's either Ashwill, or either Ashwill or Wisney. Bo knows. No.
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 Bo.
Ashwill or Wilney. Wisney. Ashwill or Wisney.
Instead of Auschwitz.
Shut up.
Bo knows that her name is Ashwill. 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 Which is in Elven, which is known by all of you, actually. You know both... Tiun knows both Elven and Dark Tongue, which is the tongue of the Underdark. Mr. Normal Elf knows Elven and Common. You all know Common as well. And then our Half Elf just knows Common and Elven. So you all know Elven and Common. And Mr. Tiun also knows Underdark or Dark Tongue.
Cool.
Which sounds a lot like Mordor Dark Speech. Just to let you know.
Okay, I know that the name of the waitress was just on screen, but go ahead and say it one more time.
Ashwill.
Ashwill.
Like Ashley, but Will.
Okay.
So you all know it is Elven for a tree that is very ash colored. It's called an ash wood. And in Elven it's Ashwill.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, going into dialogue.
The reason she's named that is because her eyes are gray. Which is weird for elves. And her skin has a bit of a gray tone to it as well. She is from an area that you're guessing is like
I'm
that.
about to talk to Ashwill.
Okay.
Excuse me, Ashwill.
What do you want?
Have I told you yet today how beautiful you are?
Several times.
Alright, just checking, my dear.
She when she was talking to you, she kind of peeked her head out first, like when you first talked, as if you were going to say something intellectual, and she visibly rolls her eyes and goes back, and comes back out with a drink, puts in front of you, and she leans into you. The other two cannot hear this, but she says to you, Mortok says that she will handle you next time if you don't pay her tab, and goes back behind the bar. You know Mortok is the name of the giant pale orc woman.
I call over Mortok.
She just kind of, when you call her over, she just looks at you and grunts, and then pops her knuckles, like visibly, and the pops are sounding like as loud as like, and then she kind of turns her head and looks over the fireplace where you see, it's like a like this shaft of a battle axe, but the head of like a scimitar on the end of it. With a bit of a, like, roping. It's very decorative. It looks like a monk's weapon, but made for this woman. And then she kind of looks back at you, and looks at it, and shakes her head, and goes back to polishing the bar.
Perhaps it is time you watched your tongue.
Have I told you today how beautiful you are?
There's a pop of a neck, which is very loud. Like, almost as loud as conversation.
Like I said, I think it's about time you watched your tongue.
Anyway. By the way, I'd like to inform the guards here do not wear much like the normal guards, just wear black leather. Like leather tunics that are black and just studded and hardened. And yeah, there is two of them eating in the corner. One of them looks up at this moment, then looks at the big orc and goes, I'm not going to have to do anything. And yeah. Also in this town, guards do not step in on fights or anything unless it is turning lethal. Because, like I said, this place is very militaristic. You prove yourself through strength and wit and tactics. Like Fallout tactics.
Right.
That is a terrible tactic.
Again,
Great tactic. We
I
talked about it.
say, I want you to know that you're the most beautiful woman I have seen.
And she talks for the first time and goes, you haven't seen very many women then, have you?
I say, I have seen my fair share.
And then she puts her hand over the bar and looks down on you and goes, well, you've seen them in their clothes anyway. And then literally goes to this big door behind her, and it closes. And you guys see when the door opens, the front door you thought was thick. It was probably like, how much would we say that is?
6 inches.
Like,
Five
like a
inches.
5-inch thick door. This one's probably like 7-inch thick door that she goes into, and it's wood.
So basically, it's made out of logs.
Yes. This is and you
cool.
you smell big wafts of food coming from there, and then she goes back, assumingly to cook or do something in the kitchen back area. Anyway, so Aeoryn has just been sitting this whole time, the hood on his cloak up, simply just drinking his beer, minding his own business, snickering in the shadows.
So I can't decide whether what she just said to me was good or not.
Who's not?
You-
Not at all.
Yeah. And a little peek out, again from Ashwell, she goes, "Yeah, I believe that." And she looks. That cough is actually her, as well as me. I have something in my throat. But she does, like, cough a bit. Steadies herself, which is weird because elves do not really get sick. I mean, okay, they do not get basic sicknesses. Dark elves are completely immune to diseases and all that. They have a high resistance to poison. Anyway, but yeah, she looks over and is like, Mr. Dark Elf, Mr. Other Elf, would either of you like anything else to eat? With basically at this bar, you pay for the night, and you get a certain amount of food that you can have. You cannot, if you want. And if you pass element, you pay more. They're like tickets for sections of food. So basically, you guys already have paid to get a little bit more meal, both of you. And then after paying that, all of you have 20 starting copper. And it was 5 copper to get that deal per section. So it's like every hour. I don't know. No, it's every 2.5. Sorry. Anyway, so you guys have each been here for
Excuse
like
me,
about an hour.
Ashwell.
What do you want, Ginger?
Buy the Dark Elf a drink.
She just kind of looks over and goes, "I'm not going to buy him a drink, and I know you can't, but I'll give him a drink because he has one available." And he's like, "What would you like, sir? We have any ale. It's not the best, but..."
Not the worst evening.
Yeah. Or if you're waiting to use the rest of your ticket, we could get you some black ale. Blessed even.
Lesting.
She kind of gives a little bit of a smirk to her mouth, like, "If you say so." And goes back into the... By the way, there are 3 races that are innately resistant to alcohol in order. The lowest tier of them is the least resistant, but still more resistant to the others, is Dark Elf. Then there's the middle one, which is Dwarf. And then there's Orcs. Literally, Lestian is pretty much the only one that can probably, like, in one shot, knock an Orc drunk. And they're... Sorry. Their alcohol is made very strong to get them slightly drunk. A full drunk orc is said to be a terrifying sight. Because they will pretty much break everything. Or piss in fireplaces. If anybody gets that reference, I love you. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway. So she comes out and goes, "Alright, that'll be the rest of your food for the night. It was quite expensive."
Thank you.
It's this very fancy silver... You know what like a glass vial looks like for alcohol? It's that, but silver and like a bit taller.
Like actual silver?
Yeah, it's made of silver. And so it's... This thing... Basically, the bottle alone is worth its weight in silver. These are very expensive. Like, they are... I believe it's a gold per bottle. So this is... And you paid like 5 copper.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good deal for you. But
Yeah.
you can tell she's doing it more on just they give these out a bit more just to see how dumb people seem. What? And she goes back, she claps her hands, wipes them off, goes back.
Does he have to go?
I gotta go.
Well, Ginger laughs, looks at the time and goes, "Well, I'll be out." And before Ashwell can stop him, he leaves. "Goodbye, Bo. We bid you adieu."
Bye.
Damn it, I was gonna do something clever.
Alrighty. Well, she has the listing in front of you. She's like, "How about you, fancy pants? Would you like anything else?"
I get whatever his special is.
"I'll get you some bread." She goes back behind the
Do
bar.
they not have specials?
They are
No,
very
they have
simple.
very special bread.
Okay.
She comes
Fair
back.
enough.
She comes back out, and it has actually some pretty fancy bread. Like there seems to be some sort of like it's been baked with some sort of liquid. You can't tell quite what. You eat it, and you feel a slight tinge of alcohol in it, though it's not like ale or anything. It seems to be some sort of elven alcohol. It's been blended with it.
Awesome.
So it's like it's not super tasty for bread standards, but it tastes like fruit and bread.
So like a jelly sandwich.
Well, not quite jelly, more just like fresh fruit. That's what most elven alcohol tastes like, is fruity.
I would put my feet up on the table and watch him.
You see a little twitch in the eye of Ashwell as he does this, but then she walks away. And she kind of is just going back. That you can see the guards are kind of taking interest, like looking over there in the backs of their chairs, which are quite tall. And there's like watching medicines. There's a couple other. There's like 2 other people in here. One of them's watching. The other is this giant. Like he looks like a small orc, which is still huge, but he's a man with a gray beard and a helmet on with horns. And he wears a tunic with no sleeves. He wears trousers and boots. And beside him is a very odd weapon. It looks like half of a pair of scissors, but it's the size of like a battle axe. And it's propped against the seat next to him.
Like a single scissor thing?
Yeah, like a single scissor blade with a handle. And it looks like either of you would have lots of trouble holding this. And yeah, he has that, and he has what looks like a small keg of ale with a handle on it, and he's drinking out of that. But he is not paying attention because he gives no shits about what you guys are doing. What's her name again? Ashwell.
Ashwell.
What? Sorry. What? You got me into You got me. What? What do you want? You want a cigarette? What can I help you with, Mr. Dark Elf? Tiun, I heard of you.
Tiun.
Oh, sorry.
Could I have a small leather flask empty?
Yes, of course. He gives you a small leather flask.
Tiun pours the toxic drink into the flask and stores it in his inventory
All right.
for later.
I will add that to your inventory now. Now you guys can continue.
I would walk by him after he does this and snatch the glass and start to walk back to my room.
All right. This is done. There's no objections from Ashwell. I'm guessing there's objections from Tiun.
My glass.
You can take what you want. I don't care.
No more fun stealing. And nobody cares.
I'll move this, by the way.
Okay.
So, yeah, that happened. And it is getting late. Like I said,
Is this a
Tiun's eating
common
dinner.
occurrence for people that steal their fancy silver glasses?
Yeah, but
Yes.
anyway, this is, it's getting late. What do you guys wish to do? You, by the way, Tiun does not have a room or any sort of housing, even though he's been living here for months. He has just some stuff. He'll usually just fashion a hammock wherever he wants. Not like in someone's house, like maybe in an alley or on a rooftop. He'll just sleep wherever he wants.
I'll put up my hammock right above someone else's bed.
But now, basically,
They wake up. What the fuck?
Drow do not really care about comfort. They live in caves. Same with dwarves. They don't care much about comfort, but they like comfort. Drow don't care either way. They don't like it. They don't hate it. They'll sleep wherever. So that's a bit of a bonus. They can basically do a long rest wherever they want. And basically, the only way you can do a long rest in this, on uncomfortable areas, is if you're fatigued, because then you get knocked out, basically.
You have a buddy knock you out.
Like, that could work too. Anyway.
Can't sleep here. Can you hit me upside the head?
What do you say?
I said I can't sleep here. Can you just like up and say?
They said, can't sleep, Peter. Knock me out. It's just an imaginary friend knocks you out. Anyway.
Yep.
Oh.
So much for a serious podcast.
Yeah. Okay. It was still a joke, but we try to get into characters. So
Yeah.
let's get back into that.
I would walk back to my room.
He walks up to his room. What's Tiun do? Where does he set up his sleep for the night? Above Aeoryn's bed?
I just, I am weary from what's been going on for the previous day.
All the tinkering failure? Of
Yes.
selling things?
Yes, the depression of.
Although you
not
don't feel
selling
any real
anything.
depression because you're Drow.
Yeah.
You're just kind of bummed. Like,
Yeah, not depression, but I am. It's been a long fucking day.
Yeah.
So I go out and literally just find the nearest tree. I don't even set up a hammock. I just sleep in a sitting position.
As being part elf, you guys can basically sleep in trees, and because elves don't really toss and turn that much.
Mhm.
Basically, if you fall asleep in a position, you'll wake up in that position as an elf. No matter if you are a dark elf, a normal elf, or even if they exist in the snow elves. Yeah, snow elves, by the way, are just a legend that have been around forever. There's never been any real proof of them, but they're a very common myth. Wherever there's snow, there's a myth of snow elves.
Oh, however, when I did go to bed, I have my hand on the bottle of less team. No one is stealing this.
Yeah. All right. By the way, you guys probably sleep for like a. This is like a bit longer than just a long rest. You guys are sleeping.
Yeah.
It had just become dark, and I'm guessing you guys are waiting up at dawn. So that's probably about a 10-hour sleep. So you could spend those extra 2 hours. That wouldn't be a long rest. You could maybe tinker something if you'd like. Would you like to?
Sure.
Basically, the tinkering kit that you have covers basic things, and you have to get more materials for advanced ones, except you're starting one. So you, like I said, you could make maybe a clockwork spider, you could make hand crossbow, those kind of basic things.
What about
By the way, clockwork spiders in this universe, basically if you have any sort of normal grasp on magic, which he has very, very basic,
Yeah.
he can learn
Arcane.
spells. He has an arcane. What spell do you have? I can check. It's right there. Enchant. He can enchant them temporarily at his low level. It will stay for like a day. And yeah, but basically in this universe, you have basic magic capacity. You can make what are called command spirits, which could say be put in a clockwork spider, and it will just do what you command it. It won't have its own personality. It will just do things you tell it to, as long as the body put in is capable of doing that.
Do a backflip. I don't have legs.
I guess a clockwork spider could. Actually, it'd be more like than just like moving itself into a backflip. Less of doing a backflip, just turning itself upside down and then right side up.
Cartwheeling spider.
Anyway, so you want to do any tinkering? You don't have to.
I tinker a small music box,
Okay.
playing a tune familiar to myself.
You can make a music box, and you can make it do not discs, but like, well, because discs aren't something that come to mind first. You can make what are common and are a thing. They're called command rolls, which are made for full automatrons that don't have magic. They can make like one motion or a music thing. It's like, have you seen what came before records? They're like tubes.
Yeah.
Little prods. You can make one of those.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, mine is literally just a self-contained music box.
And it just plays one song. Okay.
Like interchangeable things.
So, it's never gonna play any other song besides that one.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, all of you. So,
There's a reason.
alright. One song, small music box. He crafts this, and then after, it only takes a few hours, it's not that complex. It's a basic tinker. And he, then goes to sleep in the tree. He doesn't fall asleep, he just goes, alright, time to sleep. Fall asleep pretty easily. Oh, by the way, elves, they're very into comfort. Elves like comfort. They won't sleep without it unless they're fatigued. Except trees. They like trees because elves.
What a pussy.
Anyway, you both wake up. Connor kind of walks outside and is saying, what am I going to do today? He doesn't have no real idea. He feels like he's gone pretty far from whatever he's running away from, but he still feels like he doesn't want to settle down.
Like cautious.
Yeah. Or, yeah, it was that. Tiun is just... He's tempted to be leaving, possibly, but he doesn't know where he would go. Because if it's not working here, it's not going to work anywhere else in the country, at least. Because the capital is where quote-unquote eccentric things will happen. Like, kind of crazier things. So, like, the boathouse wouldn't work anywhere else in this country. People think it's dumb, they just happen to come here. Either because strong alcohol, cheap food, or because they don't want to be at a place that competes with that giant orc lady. They're smart here. They're very warrior society, but they're not
Stupid.
No, they're not necessarily strength warrior. They love tactics. Tactics, like, they're militaristic. Yeah. Actually, by the way, you guys do know that the current lord is named Destian Black.
Mr. Black.
And his daughter is Raven Black. Destian, it's a name that I use in a lot of things. It is my username in Minecraft, and I use it for these amount of things. But because the character I've created, those usernames come from, very tactician, that's why he's here. But he has a daughter named Raven Black the Third.
What should I name her? Looks at the top of the spire. Got it, Raven.
Ravens and crows are very prominent in this society. He also has a son called Corvus, which is another very close to Corvix, which means raven. And he also has another son named Maris. Maris is a bastard son, but he is the oldest out of the 3 children he has. He's not going to inherit the throne, but he's a general, and it's heard that he is a very good general. Like, better than... He's a protege.
10 brothers of the king.
Anyway, so, what do you guys do? You wake up in the tree, Connor just kind of walks outside, like, popping his neck. He had a little bit of light breakfast. As staying here, he gets basic meals. So, you guys gonna interact, or you just gonna go your separate ways and we'll just stop the D&D here? I'm gonna go with the second option.
Looks down.
Elf.
Oh. You scared me.
Yes?
As I recall, you took something yesterday, did you not?
I did.
What is it that compels you to steal?
Money?
By the way, I'd like to point out there's a lot of thief culture in Drow culture. There's lots of thieves and assassins and very stealthy people.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Money?
I mean, your innate ability is turning invisible, so...
True.
Although, it's not the best when you're an assassin and you kill somebody, you just, like, come out of it.
Yeah.
That's when you pop an invisibility potion. Just imagine that, just...
What's that? Yeah.
There was a man there, but he's gone now.
Oh well.
I think you killed him. My weird invisible man. No, he was purple. He's going to jail and then sends out.
Anyway.
Oh, you better watch out for one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters, by the way. As a drow.
What?
What?
You have purple skin. You're a drow, you have purple skin.
Okay.
And you better look out for one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters.
Oh.
But,
Going to assume that
delayed
was a-
joke.
Okay.
Wait.
with your thought.
Whatever.
Elf, where is it that you are going? Do you plan on moving? You plan on leaving this place?
There's an old man nearby. You're coughing. That's from an old man. He's like down the road a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't exactly have the money to do that currently. That's made you really concerned. Is it?
I need to get out of here. But I do not know where to go.
What is your particular reasoning for leaving?
I have spent a long time tinkering. I've made it my profession, and I've learned that even in the most eccentric places, this is the place. If any place were to work for that profession, it would be here. And it is not working here.
By the way, I'd like to point out, basically, when a bit of a backstory for Tiun is when he left the Underdark and was captured by bandits.
Mm-hmm.
He was new, he hadn't been used to it. Basically, literally, first time out there, the sun was hurting his eyes. He went to make camp under a tree, was attacked by bandits in the night, was brought to the Corvix Empire, for these raiders were quite dumb and expected to sell slaves in the Corvix Empire. There's literally no citizen in the Corvix Empire who supports slavery. It's very, even, pretty much anybody who's native, at least, hates it. And nobody is going to buy slaves in the Corvix Empire because it is one of the worst crimes. It's almost equal to murdering the Emperor himself. Slavery is super abolished here because of their past. Because
I just imagine some guys assassinating the king, and everyone looks at him. He's like, "You're under arrest. Look, the guy's selling a slave." Everyone looks over, and he runs away.
well, it's not as bad as it's it's okay. It's almost on the par as killing one of his kin, not like his direct descendants, because that's almost as bad as killing him, but killing his cousin or something like that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
So murdering someone in the street is not as bad as enslaving someone in the street.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, it is worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a life of slavery or a quick death, or at least a death, or there's not slavery in your life. Basically, it's super, super illegal here.
Yeah.
And those raiders brought you here. You sold a slave, were cut down, and a merchant
If you like to
caravan.
buy a slave, instant decapitation.
Basically, a guard was like, He's like, all right, let me get my purse. Pulled out a sword and cut the guy's head off. And then the other two were shot down by arrows as they tried to run. Then basically a passing caravan of merchants took you here. You've been here for just under 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's your story. His tinkering. Again, Drow culture, people would get certain weapon-based ones, things like that would insure assassins, like maybe a hand crossbow or something like that. Otherwise, it's kind of, he's had a rough patch with his career. He's had a rough career. Although he loves it.
Yes.
Look, I don't know where it is I'm going to go, and I do not know what it is I am going to do to make money. But I do not feel comfortable traveling alone. I know you're thinking. A drow who does not want to travel alone. Well,
It's just kind of funny because in his culture he was a bit of a loner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It bit me in the end.
Although it's considered very common for them to be loners, they're not dumb.
Yeah.
A lot of them they'll travel with at least a horse. Basically something that gives them the upper hand. It's very rare for just in the countryside to see a drow traveling by themselves, or just traveling at all, because usually you won't see them. Yeah.
I have a proposition. If you have any desire to get out of this place,
A slang term for this place. If you ever want to call this RAVENROCK a bad name, basically you basically call it Raven shit. That is, if somebody calls a city bad, there are certain names, like the distant city of Alexandria in another country is called the White Shit. Because it's called the White City. It's called the White Shit. This is Raven shit. Shit's used a lot in these bad names for it.
Is this particular?
Well, I wasn't
related
saying.
to
I wasn't.
this country.
No.
Can we go to Alexandria?
not from the Corvix Empire. There's a big dispute between these two countries. And the only ways between them are a few passes that are very controlled. Immigration, like illegal immigration between the two, is not very common at all. Or any immigration in general.
Okay.
They do not like each other. The Corvix Empire is also at war to the south is called Atlantia. They're also at war with them. Basically, it goes, and then it's to the west, which is Alexandria. To the east, the north is where it's the dead north, where not many people go. It's like the Arctic. To the east is just mountains for days. Nobody's ever come back from that way if they've kept going, or they always if they go for more than a month, they're gone. Otherwise, they're back before that point, because otherwise, these mountains are all the size of Mount Everest. These are very big obsidian mountains. Yeah, and then also below, and just a little bit of geography. Then to the southwest is a couple other countries. I won't go into all of them. They're very small countries and very feudal, basically. But there is also the Elven Isles, which are on the other side of Alexandria, or of the country known as the Dawn Republic, which is where Alexandria is. Basically, the three big competitors on the continent are the Corvix Empire, Atlantia, and the Dawn Republic. And then offshore, there is the Elven Isles, which is where the elves live. It's very Highland Scottish, like very cliffs on the mountains, kind of. But there's also very nice birch and white trees. It's elven. It's not like giant trees living in the treetops. It's more of like high elf looking. Okay. And then there is also apparently, very far into the sea, is an island called the Vale. Now the Vale is, there is a certain type of military who sell themselves to any nation. They are predominantly, they're called Valians, because they're a big mixture of all, like pretty much all types of elves. And they have a very Japanese culture, and they train assassin ninjas and warriors.
Assassin ninjas.
They train assassins, very close to ninjas, and they train, like that's a specialty, and they also do samurai. Valians are a weird hybrid between all of them. They are good with magic. They are agile. They're stealthy. They can't turn invisible. They can do illusions very well though. But the Vale is it's an island. It's probably like the total mass of Hawaii in 2 islands. Like including all the islands of Hawaii and all that. Yeah, it's probably about that. Actually, no. It's probably like an 1/8 of Japan. Split into 2 islands, like this channel between them. Everything there is huge. The elves are normal elf size, but all of the mountains and trees are massive. The mountains, all of it's huge, like giant trees towering into the sky. And so are the creatures that live there.
Dire.
Basically, everything's dire there. That's where most dire things come from. There's a few dire wolves that are kind of common in the north, like the Arctic. They're white dire wolves, which are a mutation that came from the Vale. The Vale is where all dire creatures come from originally, and that's why they are pretty much the best warriors you'll find, because they live in that kind of environment, where there are magic crystals that increase or decrease magic randomly. They will switch on and off. So this whole place, pretty much the most deadly place on the planet.
Australia.
It's basically the Australia of this world. Or Indonesia. It's one of those kind of places, like Central America. It's the deadliest place that's known to this whole continent area. There's not much else. There's word of somebody who's ventured out to find countries on the other side of the world, like across the seas. Nobody's found it. But yeah, they're very deadly warriors. And that's why. Anyway, and just a bit of a backstory, a bit more. So yeah.
Well.
So, yeah. There are other cities in this area. There's also the north of the Dawn Republic, our mountain range, where the dwarves live. With the Dwarven, and yeah. And we're going to take a quick break real quick while these guys decide what they're doing and other things happen. So we will get back to you guys in a moment. Alright guys, we are back. And we're going to continue where we left off, which was, I believe, Mr. Tiun himself. Asking if great job, he had his head. It was Tiun asking if Aeoryn would accompany him.
Company thing. I don't think that I have business. I have a.
You don't really have any business in this town per se. We wound up here.
I don't, but I have a feeling I want something. I want to accomplish something in this town before I leave.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, and I was planning on selling it for money because I was like like.
Well, the price of a goblet to a fence.
There's a lot less gruff in your voice this time.
Huh?
There's a lot more gruff in your voice before the break.
On that. Well, the price of a goblet to a fence is nothing compared to what
It's a bottle, by the way.
a bottle, whatever the fuck it is,
Like a vial of silver, but like this tall.
is not anything compared to the price that some others that I know would pay for the materials.
So I just love how you're just slowly losing it. You started like this, and then you started talking like this, and then you're just kind of at this point now, you're just kind of...
Shut up,
hard
Kellen.
To stay in that voice. That's
Yeah.
whoa, scary.
Anyway,
My point is, without any further interruptions,
from God himself.
Shut up, guy.
I look at you laughing. At least you weren't going...
You just broke the mic. I'm
Oh,
pretty. God damn it, Kellen.
It's fine. I'll just have Bo edit it out. Bo, edit until I'm done saying what I'm saying now, and just a black screen with white layers that says, too loud.
Too loud.
Alright.
alright,
Continue.
Yes. Well, I know people who will give you more for what you have. And in return, when you do leave, take me with you, because I need to get out of this place because the business is not working and I need a new trade.
You hear someone on the street, oh, look at that Tiun guy who makes weird stuff. Oh,
Shut up!
okay. He goes, no. That totally happened.
That is so out of character for me. I'm not that angry.
I bet he would be about that subject. Like, don't make fun of me.
Don't make fun of me.
I imagine you're like Batman.
Yeah,
Just friends.
That's what I was just thinking, Batman.
You know, I love how, I won't exactly say that this podcast was ever coherent,
Yeah.
but I love how we went from staying relatively in character to this.
Yeah, okay.
Like with the
We'll
podcast.
slowly refine this a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
No, it's just gone.
Yeah, it's going forever. It's ruined. That's it, guys. We're done. Not really. Anyway, so you guys are talking. You guys
To
basically...
accompany you when you leave.
No.
I can't handle myself on my own. Or at least I do not want to try.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina, they're in a party together.
Doo-doo.
You've gotten a friend request. Invite to start party.
Sure.
Oktoberfest.
What?
It's a party.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, you guys are together. Bye.
Safety, by the way.
What? You bastard.
Okay.
Anyway, so you guys are starting to look around, and you're noticing things on the street, and there. One of the things you see, you do see another dark elf, and he is on a podium, but he doesn't seem like a traditional dark elf. He seems a lot less secretive. He seems a lot more upbeat. Actually, there's two of them. They're a man and a woman. They both look about like 21-esque, like young adults.
Mm.
They're both wearing like leather, very competent looking leather. Like it looks like they might be some sort of fighter. Like they can fight kind of look. They have like just various like little daggers and stuff on them.
Preaching or something?
One of them, they have like a little caravan behind them with like a. There's a lot of purple in it. A little bits of green and red, but mainly purple cloth and stuff. And the roof of it's purple. And he's like, "Come on, come all to the Swain brothers and get yourselves some of the famous Swain family wine from Quill Swain himself and his sister Bellatrix." Don't call me that. Shut up. Anyway, if you guys would like to come get some of our famous wine, come on down. Come on down. Everybody loves Swain wine. Swain, the people who made Lestine. Gets up, up, goes back in. There's a lot of people around getting wine there.
I say we take
Guard? What was that?
I said maybe we should buy a lot. This was really good.
Okay, I'm gonna go get me some too.
Sorry.
A dark elf caravan.
Maybe I'll go with these guys.
That's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is,
If there is any chance of them going back to the fucking...
The Underdark?
okay. Where is it? The
Underdark?
If there is any chance of them going back to the Underdark, they will pay a hefty price for anything made of silver. That goblet.
Vial.
Vile. Fuck it.
It just shifts into a goblet and says "fuck it" on it.
I thought it was a goblet to begin with.
That'd be a weird thing to get really powerful wine in and then pour it into a small vial.
Yeah.
There's still a decent amount of Lestine in that, by the way.
In the
Yeah, he only took a vial of it.
Well, it's not a. It's like a. I poured. I thought it was a cup, and I went.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he took all of it then?
Yeah, maybe.
Basically, the vial was probably about
I was gonna use
half
it
a
as
foot,
like
maybe like through
crafting machine. I was gonna use it for tinkering. That's why I took
Make
it.
darts that.
That's what I was
Actually, that's a great idea. I was
That's what I
gonna
was
say
thinking.
like that kind of alcohol. That's like probably like fucking rubbing alcohol.
It's made by elves. It's.
But what I was gonna say is it's probably super flammable.
It's also super flavorful.
Mm.
That's their slogan. Super flammable, super flavorful.
But seriously though, it's very possible that it like if I was to make a bomb, that might actually work.
It's possible.
Just kind of
That's an expensive ass bomb.
well, true. I might I might try the dart thing because that would be.
Quick question about a previous thing.
Yeah.
But you remember a while ago we did the thing. There was kegs, but they had a spell in it that allowed them to contain more than.
Mhm.
Do those exist in this world?
Mhm.
Biggest bomb ever.
It's basically a bag of holding, but a keg.
Just fill it with gunpowder.
Actually, no, fill it with
That wouldn't work well.
Lestine.
Oh, right.
It creates a pocket like dimension to hold something. That's what bags of holding and stuff do.
Best flamethrower ever.
Okay, that is a good use.
Just pour, just like, spend like 4 years.
By the way, a little point: you guys can go to the library and learn some facts and like rumors and legends if you want.
Well, first, should we sell the?
First, should we sell the thing?
That dead body we found. Should we sell it?
No,
Yeah.
I meant
Cup.
the goblet vial thing.
This?
Yes. Should we sell that? Or at least see. Wait. Kinsman! Kinsman!
Like literally, you see the woman's like doing like serving, and the guy is just like,
Kinsman!
yep.
Are you perchance going back to the Underdark?
Fuck no. I live up behind the surf. I'm not even full Drow.
Well,
I'm mainly Drow. A little bit of normal elf in me. I was born up here. I don't like it down there that much. It's too cold, dark. I like the sun.
I like this one.
Plus, you can have vineyards up here. Vineyards equal money. Haven't you heard of the Swain family? We're a very prominent family. What?
Do you value silver, perchance?
What?
Silver.
Oh, of course. I am still mainly Drow.
Okay. We have a good deal
Oh,
of
it's
silver.
one of our bottles of Lestine. I'm guessing you bought it, and if you stole it, yeah, no, because if you stole it, you'd be dead.
Right.
Well,
Do you buy these back?
I did, but
Yeah, sure, I'll buy the bottle back.
How much?
It's weight in silver.
Okay.
all right.
He
Then we have a deal.
like puts on a weighing station, and it's not been chipped down or anything, so say it's worth like 10 silver. You guys want to split? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Basically, it's the amount of 10 silver coins melted down.
Okay.
That's why when you buy
fair.
silver, you get paid. Like when you sell silver, you get paid in silver. Which isn't the smartest idea, actually, thinking about it. You thought about it.
What was that?
Nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna close that. And you guys both get 5 silver.
Yeah.
By the way, you see the, on the back of the woman, not on her, but she has there's a bow nearby, which looks like she's kind of, it's close to her, so you think it's hers. And by the way, she looks a bit kind of shy, like socially awkward, like a drow. This guy seems like charismatic swashbuckler.
Mm-hmm.
Do either one of them look like they can fight extremely well?
She looks like she'd probably be a good shot, and this guy looks like he could handle himself to fight. He wouldn't be like a strong fighter, but he'd be like a really agile. He looks like he'd fight dirty as well. He's got 2 like sabers on his sides. What? Oh. Yeah. Anyway, so he's sitting there like that. By the way, he goes when he's instead of like reaching under to get cold, he goes. You see a clockwork spider.
Wait, what was this?
A clockwork spider.
He has a clockwork.
Yes. It's made of brass. And because this one doesn't look like it has a command soul in it, it has like a gem in it, which you know is a soul gem. Which are similar to Skyrim ones, and they trap souls in them.
So this is basically like the
It's a lot like
Dwemer.
They look like little versions of those, except not as... It looks like more spherical in the middle.
What if you took the soul of some sort of like super powerful like creature, like a dragon or something? It's stuck in a little tiny like.
By the end of this
It's like,
playthrough,
fuck.
what I'd like to do is like enchant a pair of like slippers with the soul of a god, just for the lulz.
But yeah, it's got like a little crystal and like a gyroscope in the middle, and it's got a bunch of legs that can move on the gyroscopes.
Yeah.
And it makes a little... as it sets down the coins. And he reaches out his hand and goes... under his shoulder.
That automaton.
Yeah.
Did you find it? Did you make it yourself?
Yeah, I dabble in tinkering. Nothing like my father, but... I mean...
I'm a tinker myself.
Oh. I mean... If we want to trade war stories, I've got about this. I definitely like tinkering. You know, the airships circling the... it's called the city. Sorry. I had one of my lessons a while ago. I'm sober now, but still a bit of brain damage. That's a joke. That's a joke, by the way. It's safe to buy our last game. Anyway, but no, I designed those airships that are circling the city. Pause it. Roleplay. This isn't strictly fantasy. There are techno elements. Not like there's a slight bit of steampunk in it.
I want to make a computer.
No, it's not that. But there's like steampunky elements. Anyway, back he's like, yeah, I designed those. My father's the one who made the mortars that line the city for the gods, and he even made that ironclad that patrols the sea.
I should steal from them.
Yeah. He was let's just say my father was
Something else.
Well, that's one way to describe him. He was also a known pirate, but I mean, who can
Looks at the elf. This is sounding like both of us, but in one person.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, who can really resist being a pirate? I mean, being a pirate is awesome.
Okay, got this awesome idea, but
I mean, you just hear like a.
Pirates.
By the way, but no, one that has been discussed, you can tell the girl, who by the way, they look very similar, but just male and female versions. They have different demeanors, but physically are similar. But no. The woman seems a bit disgusted when talk about her father. Their father is brought up. Yeah. He's like, anyway, anything else you'd like to buy? Also, if you're looking for any sort of tinkering things, I can recommend you if you're a tinkerer. Maybe a good teacher. My teacher, at least. I'm mainly self-taught, but there's a tinkerer that's far greater than me or my father that I know.
Who is it?
His name is Thovian. Lenway Thovian.
Did you just make that up?
No.
Or- okay.
It's pre-existing characters from things that my universe is and
Okay.
things.
Okay. I was about to say, the way you paused right before you said it, I was like, did you make that up? That was
No.
impressive.
So Lenway Thovian, he is a great man. He is pause. Lenway Thovian, Nanners. I'm using you for this D&D. Anyway, continue.
deep size.
He's like, he is a great elven tinkerer who lives over in in one of the smaller countries in the southwest. He prefers traveling, but is a great tinkerer. He's also an electromancer, so they kind of go well together.
I see. I'll have to pay him a visit if I am ever in the area.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
He might. This is what he was last in the southwest, but he does travel often. So even I do not know where he is. He likes traveling. And he's a bit eccentric, even though he often refuses coin for his inventions. It's more of a passion than a job to him.
I see. Well, I will have to keep my ears open.
And mighty big they are. Anyway, and he kind of ushers you off, kind of bats you away with his hand and goes, "Next." Wait, what am I doing? And he sits back in his chair and leans back in it again. And he's like, life is easy. No, it's not. It is for me. I hate you sometimes. I didn't know you love me. Nope. Love you. Hate you.
It's a love-hate relationship.
They hate each other, but they also hate each other.
That's just wrong. Aren't they siblings?
Anyway, so you guys, that happened.
Or emo.
Anyway, there is a decent amount of things going on. But that big scissor-carrying behemoth of a man you guys saw earlier is walking down the road, dragging the scissors. With the scissor, blade. It's leaving By the way, you guys do notice something? Actually, no, both of you roll perception. The first roll, which
Where the fuck is my mouse?
Wait, what?
you're both rolling for perception.
Oh, 14. Now you click the roll button.
Me?
Yes, just click it.
So Connor got a
14.
I got a 14 as well.
but you have a +1. Basically, Tiun notices it.
Wait, where it
Connor
says-
almost notices it, but then gets distracted by a butterfly. But
Don't I have a perception? No, I
no, you don't
have
have
a
it.
strength.
Anyway, you do both know. Well, he notices you're distracted by a little butterfly that goes at the perfect time. There is a slight cut being left by the scissor in the what's supposed to be unbreakable stone. It's like a little scratch that nobody's paying attention to. It just looks like it's sliding across. It's just slight enough for you to notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice triangle dent. You can cut by this silver scissor. you also just a couple of things happening around. You see one of the big black cocks. No, the giant ravens is flying around, kind of circling the level you guys are on.
Those dicks.
There seem to be two people on this raven, one larger, one smaller. Like a figure who's mainly like black, like he looks like they're in black armor, has black hair.
Black people are in this universe only.
No, he himself looks like maybe a.
Do I count?
No.
He looks like a Corvixian, probably. He is very pale. He has purple eyes, black hair. You guys just like happen to look just at the right time, and he has an axe on his back.
And you're saying he's riding this black raven?
Yeah. Also, sitting behind him is a girl in a white dress. It's very floofy, and she has white hair. And they're just going like on a black raven, and
They're making the noise, not the raven.
yeah, the raven's just like stop being a racist. And then it circles for one more time
And they're
leaves.
both riding this raven.
Yeah. Ew. It's not flying. They're just having sex with this raven. Yeah. No.
It's
Anyway,
This all started because you said big black cock.
it's your fault.
I just said big black and I had to make a joke about it. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, that's basically a little hint. All my D&Ds and stuff I've done over the years, they're all connected a bit. So I'll reuse characters for different things. That's why Connor's been like... Because he knows these characters from other D&Ds.
I don't like most of them.
Just because Connor doesn't like people.
Yeah.
Also, these people are weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. There is also a... noticing around just... Your guys are kind of near the airship port, by the way. It's a level below you guys. There's a big, like, docks that have magic to keep them from, needing much support. And, yeah. There's airships, a decent amount.
What is the fare for the airship?
Also
For
Connor
travel?
notices one that looks a bit like a bird.
Damn
It
it.
has, like, a bird head on the front of it. Side of it. Anyway, what are you guys gonna do? There's just some things happening around you at the moment.
You mentioned you have business in this town.
He wants business in this town.
Wants business.
What's business?
Basically wants to do something. Probably something evil, like assassinate a councilman. Make him kill himself. Next, decorate the hall.
Thanks, God. You gave me an idea.
Nope. Idea removed.
Oh. I had something, but then I lost it. I don't know what to do now.
Anyway, so continue. Well, if you guys don't believe in God, but you've had 2 encounters with him already.
Well, everyone knows that the gods exist. I just don't follow them.
Yeah, I guess. Because the gods, they're
Well,
very prominent. Because it's like...
I don't. What? There's
If
no
you
god. Lightning.
It's very...
Yeah, right in here.
In this world, if you were to say, I don't believe in the gods, it'd be like, what about paladins? They, like, distinctly have the powers of their gods.
Yeah,
And
just
talk to them commonly. Paladins have a direct connection to their gods. Who are apparently hive-minded to take on that many prayers. Anyway. You guys are gonna do something?
I have no idea.
Is there a mission board around here?
There is, by the tavern. It's more like a notice board, but yeah.
There's Cargo's over there.
I will investigate what the, I'm curious as to how much it costs to, ride the airships.
Free if you use the right tactics.
Well, no shit.
But no, anyway, so... good friend, I almost called you Ermin.
Ermin.
What's his name again? Tiun? Yeah, Tiun walks down this kind of step that goes down the layer. It's like a 1-person step.
I am Ermin.
Fear me.
Fear me! I am Ermin! Anyway. So yeah, he goes there. Connor goes over to the notice board. First notice, lost puppy. Name is Bartholomew.
Hey, Zip! Zip!
No, stop it. He's not the lost puppy.
Dear.
I'm trying to get my dog to ruin the recording. Anyway, there's also missing wife.
I think she
Named
just
Bartholomew.
left. You fool. Let's kick my computer over.
Oh, right here.
What about it?
No, I'm kidding. There's like a missing woman. There's a couple like.
I think she just left him.
It is all too common, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plays song on the saddest violin.
That was too happy.
I was whenever I do it, I think of. Oh wait, what's the Jurassic Park thing?
Guys,
Oh my gosh, the harmonies on that were really weird.
It sounds like really sad if you do it slowly.
I look for something that requires bloodshed.
Butcher.
No.
Close enough. Take the job.
We want a new serial killer in town named the Butcher. I'm kidding. No,
I'm Barry the Butcher.
yeah,
Harry
Barry.
the handsome.
Butcher. And
I
then
just-
find a slab of meat.
I just love that quote. Hi, my name is Barry, and this is my butcher shop.
Okay. I know it's from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your eyebrows fuse into your. If I'm looking directly at you, the way your eyebrows are, we're at the perfect level with your glasses, so it look like you just have thick rim glasses. Anyway, so yeah, there's one saying, "Hunt down this man, dead or alive." It shows this guy in like a kind of western hat, looking like, and he has like a. No, he has like that kind of hat. There's a bunch of like teeth on it of like various wolf-sized animals. He's got like a scarf that covers half his face, and he's got a big scar going down his right eye. And he looks really grizzled. You see a sword hilt on the picture behind his back. But in this world, for pictures, they have kind of pictures. At least the Corvix Empire, whenever they bring somebody in, they have a crystal that goes like flashes. Basically, it instantly will like make a drawing of their face. Like it'll go. They'll point at the paper and go, and then it'll be like a sketch version of their face. So
Nice.
yeah. And you'll notice his cut eye is mainly black with a red ring in it.
Wanted dead.
Last
You
seen
can
in
go
the
chase the bounty. I've got other business in town.
last seen in the southwestern country.
Wait. What?
In the area, the small countries to the southwest.
Okay. Is there anything locally?
There's a bunch of work. There's how many hits in the capital. At least on this notice board.
Fair point.
Because most people handle themselves in this country. Alright, so
If you're
anyway,
interested in this bounty,
you came back.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
He went down a couple steps, like, it looks like too many steps. I came back.
I'm a lazy son of a bitch.
I need elevators.
Well, I'm your lazy son of a bitch.
I need to invent elevators.
What?
He needs to invent
I
elevators.
guess I'm
me.
guessing a
What?
really fat dark elf.
Actually, no, there are elevators in this world. Connor went down one, and there are the D&D one. It's terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so
Well, you don't know how to use it correctly. I mean,
anyone? You guys are, yeah. You guys just talking, I guess. Continue.
well, we could go down, I suppose, and then come back. Is this where you turn in the bounty? Or where is it?
It says at the palace.
I have business down there. Anyway, I'd like to look into this tinker.
Oh yeah. So the thing is like, I just want to leave. Let's go get him.
Okay.
I need to get out of Dodge.
I'm more of a shabby guy myself.
That's why he has to get out of Dodge.
Oh, had a doge. Anyway, so it's serious D&D, guys. Anyway, so
This is the most serious podcast I've ever been in.
I was gonna say the most serious podcast I've ever been in.
Well, considering the other one that we did last week.
That's a good point. Anyway, so you two are gonna go down and check airship prices now.
Yeah. I go check that one with the chicken.
Alright,
What?
what's our tickets for the...
Tiun just drapes himself over you. Carry me.
Ah.
I'm kidding. You guys dark elves don't really get fat. They're like, you know, like elves are like lean and like skinny. Dark elves actually get pretty mussy. They don't get like burly.
They get mussy.
muscly. Muscly.
They don't know how to eat their food. They're messy.
They're muscly.
So that's why they're never fat. All the food ends up on the outside of their face instead of on the...
That's why they're purple.
What I was gonna say is...
But no, they are like fit. Like they have defined muscle. Elves are just like skinny. Like
That particular airship intrigues me. Points to the one with the chicken head.
It's got like a very. It's like a 2-year-old Druid chicken. It's like a barrel with like a beak on it. It's kind of a smaller airship.
Trust me.
You guys saw it pulling and
Let's
it made
check
like
it
a tweet, 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 tweet noise. Like not like a tweet, but like a tweet, 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 tweet.
What is?
The ship did when it came into port.
So basically, if we can afford airships, that means that we end up in the place we need to go. If not, well, we're gonna have an adventure now, aren't we?
We got my bad. Adventure! That's not what I meant. Yeah, that's... What is that from?
Way worse.
It's a picture that says, "Hey, grab my beard." I think grabs a beard, and then they go off in a rainbow and says, "Adventure." Good. Anyway. So,
This one I saw that was way worse.
oh.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It was funny. It was funny worse.
Anyway, so yeah. You
What
get-
kind of funny worse?
Slightly dirty funny worse.
God
that's a slightly funny, slightly dirty funny worse. Anyway, so you guys go down the like steps instead of taking the entire like thing down. There's a little step path, and you guys go down it to the
stairs.
Cartwheel.
Stop doing cartwheels. You break your neck on the stairs. So you're cartwheeling down.
Use my epic skills and heal myself.
Just my neck snapped. I snapped it back into place. Anyway,
Yep.
no, you guys get down there and you go to the ship that Connor seems to be fixated on for some reason. Aeoryn is just like, it looks like a chicken.
It looks like a duck.
the guy who, like, a guy comes off the boat, like, what did you call my ship? Like, it seems like he heard you from, like, inside the cabin. He is, I don't know, he looks a bit weird. He's a bit strange looking. He's got black hair, it's kind of a little bit longer and, like, this long. And then, he's pale, but he's...
How much does it take
He's
to...
wearing like a button-up shirt. I'm explaining him. It's like he's wearing a way too eccentric, like, naval uniform for what he is. Like, he's like, I'm going to dress to impress. He comes out, and you also see, like, this weird, like, glider attached to the back of it. And he walks out, and he's like, hell did you call my ship?
I did not call your ship anything.
Watch
Talking to that one over there. He's a duck.
me. Just a rubber duck. Anyway, and then
I'm
somebody...
sorry, I had to reference
This-
Minecraft.
Okay, so this African-American man comes out behind him, he's like, it's alright, man, just leave it.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
He's like-
Wait a minute, but America does... Africa
You know
and
what I
America
mean, a
don't...
black man. Are you okay with that?
I was gonna say, that doesn't make any sense.
Actually, they're called Nazirians here.
Oh,
They're from the desert.
oh, cool. That fly is annoying me.
Anyway, he's like,
His shotgun
he's like,
execute it.
Alec, just leave it. It's okay if people think it's duck. It's not okay if people think it's duck.
Hey, do you have like traveling prices to like transport places?
Today, Junior. Anyway, he comes up and looks you over. He's like, I like you. You not so much. How much money you guys got?
20 copper.
I've got 5 silver.
Roll me. You roll me a. Actually, both of you, because you're both technically lying. Both of you roll me. Charisma, what did you get? He's like, you got more money than that.
Size pulls out a silver. Fine.
You know, getting after him.
18.
He's like, alright, that would be 5 silver then, buddy.
Why did I say 5? I should have just said 1. I wasn't trying to lie.
Alright. Hey, think about this. You basically just paid for your trip with a free drink.
That's very true. And I still have the drink.
No, you don't. You gave it to him. Oh, you still have part of the drink, I guess.
I've still got what I've got in my
Yeah.
flask.
Okay.
It's like I'm taking away your silver. Anyway.
Yeah. I have a single thing. With 13.
That's a charisma. Nothing. He's like,
Damn it!
Okay, you dumb fly. Anyway, he's like, no, how much do you have? I like you. I really do. But you're wearing my patience very thin. Don't make me sick, Marcus, on you.
Tosses 3 silver to him. Ah! Fuck!
Alright. Thanks for silver. Get your own ride. He walks back on your
I
ship.
grab him and toss him off the cliff and go, no!
By the way, okay, you don't have to roll for this. You push him, grab him off guard, you push him off the cliff. He floats there and goes, ha! And his boots are glowing. He's like, ha ha ha! And he kind of starts running in place, like, oh no! Ah, ah,
I
ah.
hop on the ship and I run to the thing, the driver.
Alright. Alright, roll me just a quick roll on...
Agility?
Nah, just nothing. Just anyway. Just a quick roll.
Why do I...
An arm, as you're passing, clotheslines you. You're knocked on your ass. It's the Nazirian guy. He goes, no. No. Not in my house. Then he goes, nah. Sit your ass down.
I'm still on the ship. Rolls
The
deeper.
floating guy kind of...
Wait,
like,
so
very
am I in
jokingly...
trouble?
They don't seem to care about you. The guy with the floating dude seems to jokingly, like, pedal kind of run.
Wait, can I...
Slowly in the air, and then he lands back on the ship. He's like, ha! I like you. You can... He's like... And he bends over and takes your coin purse and goes, alright, you can... give your ride. And just takes your coin purse. You now have no money.
Hey, what keeps these ships in the air, by the way?
A fusion of things. Of magic and tinkering technologies.
I'm asking him, like, what... It's a blimp of some sort. What is
I
it?
don't know, I just fly it. I don't give a shit, really. It works. I have people who fix it. Make it if it stops working, it works again. It's pretty simple,
I
really.
look to the other dude. Do you know?
I'm just a muscle man.
Yes.
This is
You threatened them, but you fucked it up.
That's the point. You can tell the captain knows that you're trying to fuck with him. He seems very charismatic, and he seems like he killed a lot of people. Probably a lot of unnecessary death.
So he's, like, chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like a gang leader of some sort.
Like, wait, like, this kind of gang?
No,
or
like a mafia-ass gang.
this kind of gang?
Like a mafia-ass gang.
Okay. I was gonna say, pull your pants up!
No, he seems like,
A gangster.
Yeah.
Like a real gangster.
yeah. Like,
Black
all
suit
the
and
other
tie.
people seem to be wearing, like, gray suits. Or no, like, dark red suits. And, yeah. And they're doing that, except he's wearing, like, the same color, but a very fancy military costume that he sees, like, likes a bit, to be a bit eccentric. He's just like, he's gonna stop me from wearing a fucking naval uniform. You wanna go?
Yeah.
Face on the floor.
Alright, yeah, you see these two guys kind of carrying a crate, bringing it on board. There seems to be another little girl here who looks similar to the one from earlier. A bit, like, taller and, like, skinnier, though.
You're fucking everywhere. Like, you do not understand.
There's a lore to the team.
You know this. Okay.
There's a lore to the
He was a
team.
character. I played him and did a free RP.
Yeah.
D&D.
Basically,
Oh,
there's been
boy.
two characters that have shown up that have been Connor's past characters just to fuck with Connor. But no. There's a story why there are multiple Tinas, by the way. Just let you know.
I don't like this.
Anyway, so she just kind of casually walks over to the cockpit thing, which is in like the head of the chicken thing.
The duck.
He just like slaps
And the guy
you.
just grabs him by his shirt and he's like, "I swear to God, one more time I'll throw you off the ship. You
Hey,
won't have floaty boots."
Hey, I was.
Looks down at his boots and goes, damn it!
Wait,
He
but I
jumps in
said
the air and
that
starts
in,
like pedaling
I said
as
that
he-
in my Josh voice, not my Tiun voice.
I don't know. I imagine if he's doing that, he jumps into the air, he's still holding you, but like squatting in midair, pedaling his feet. You won't have floaty boots. Anyway. So, yeah, he's just like, alright, well, these people load some crates, like, alright, we're ready to go. We're quick refuel, supplies. Where you guys want to go?
The southwest.
As long as it's partially south and the rest west, I'll take you there.
Oh shit, we're going north.
Alright, kicks
I'm
you off the ship, like literally off the ship, not onto the dock.
I
You grab his boot.
I'm just like
You're just like trying to use it like an oar.
I was just like slowly going back to him.
We're going to the southwest.
Colonies.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, because, people don't like me other directions. They're not gonna like me this direction. Let's go!
Leans over to
The ship starts
Aeoryn.
to, like, take off out of the port.
Leans over to Aeoryn.
You're not acting, that didn't happen. Okay.
Leans over to Aeoryn.
What the fuck does that mean?
As you guys are, like, a good...
He's strictly straight.
What?
No.
Every other-
No.
When he said people don't like the other directions.
Me in other directions.
What does that
They
mean?
don't like him in other directions.
Oh, okay.
No, but
that makes sense.
kind of. But no.
Okay.
As you guys are flying away, you're 50 feet away, you hear a big... from the direction you came from. And you look back, and the dock is partially exploded. And, like, literally the guy's leaning against the wall going... Yar har, yar har, yar. And he goes into his cabin.
Aeoryn, can you tell me what just happened?
An explosion.
Well, no. Fucking shit.
He doesn't understand humans very well. He's like, did he blow that shit up? Holy damn, he blew up like people. The fuck, dude?
Oh, just to reference back now.
They're killing people! People!
That's dumb. I love you. Anyway, I'm really tired. Let's continue with the D&D. Imagination. Anyway, so you guys are, you saw the dock, like, not like the center of it, like on an edge where you seem like it's probably targeting at least one or certain ships.
Competitor ducks.
You know, you just, like, it shows the point of view of him, and there's a little twitch in his eye. What was that? You know, he sneezes.
His duck senses are tingling.
Wah, wah, wah.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling he reloaded with other ship supplies.
He's probably dead.
Anyway, so,
That's not something I've done before, but I'm pretty sure he did.
yeah, anyway, so...
Does it sound like something you would do?
Yes.
Okay then.
By the way, you guys are kind of like on the outside, there's like an outside deck with a railing on it. You do notice there are like harpoon guns with some sort of things attached to the end of the harpoons. Like just below the head of it. Like a tube.
Since I'm a tinker, can I use my?
You can use mental deconstruction.
Yeah. So what?
It's an explosive.
Okay.
I mean,
It's an impact explosive.
Okay.
Harpoon. And you do notice that on the side of it, it says Thunderpoon.
Thunderpoon. Do not remember these. They're great.
Anyway.
We all just like.
We all just fall out of the fly with our eyes, so it flew like between us like we were a trench run.
Wish I had faster reflex. I was punch before.
Aeoryn. Yeah. Do not mock me, elf.
You just hear from one of the rooms.
Yeah, don't mock him. I'm watching you. Always
And
watching.
you just see a you just see a slow woman.
Always watching Wazowski.
No, I'm kidding. It's a man with, he's a dark elf and he has a black, like, cowl kind of thing. Like, it's like nose, his mouth's exposed, his eyes are out.
So he's Dark Elf Batman.
Yes. Except, no, it's like, it's more of like, have you seen The Princess Bride?
Yes.
It's like that guy. It's like, what's the name of Zorro?
Zorro.
Yeah, Zorro. It's like that.
So it's, yeah, okay.
It's like a cap and a bandana over your eyes, but with holes for eyes. But he's a dark elf. And he's like, and he just,
Don't make fun of my night, Ken.
and he goes back in. And then the door closes as you see her, get back to work, you dumbass.
Wait a minute.
And you hear like some like clanging and engine noises. Tink, 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 tink.
That was a bad
Tink,
reference.
tink, 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 tink.
They're all musical about it. What me and
No, I was referencing Caboose.
Oh.
what me and Connor are thinking of is much different and very funny.
Yep.
Okay, then.
Anyway, so yeah. You see, there's a couple weird people walking on the deck. Like it seems like this crew is very
Odd.
Yeah, they're very put together.
Aeoryn,
Yes.
I think this crew is
Do, do, do.
special.
By the way, you see a woman with like red hair wearing like her clothes are like she's wearing the same like uniform like very like the suit thing, but she's got metal like red metal plates and stuff on it, and she has like this weird red ball on her hip. And yeah, she's like it's this weird spear thing that doesn't look like there's how it's attached to the hip. You don't know, but it's on her hip, and she just kind of walks. Like-
deconstruction.
It's you guess it's something magical.
Perception.
It's Velcro. It's just Velcroed on.
Can I use perception?
It's just spell grow where you can't see it. Yeah, you can do. I guess you can do a perception roll.
Quick.
Damn it!
Actually, I think yeah. Oh, what did you get?
5.
You get a +4.
And what's up with and again, what does the actual skill in perception do?
It's basically just helps you.
Like, 'cause it says +4 and then +1.
You get that 2 rolls.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
the +1 is because of your helmet. So you get a +5.
You
Oh,
just-
I see.
Last time you did a perception roll, you just gave him +1 though.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
But
But
you
either
still-
way,
you
it was a
still
good
passed
roll.
it.
So
Yeah.
I guess that's a 9.
Is it?
No, sorry, a 10.
Yeah, that passes. You guess it's some sort of magic, and the color is like almost exactly the same as blood, but it seems like like an almost glass sphere.
So I guess my assumption is it has something to do with, like, maybe, I don't know, something like a blood drain type thing?
Yeah, basically, once she walks up, it's like, move out of my way. You guys are kind of taking it.
I immediately go and, like, back up because I'm like,
Are you doing this, Connor? Connor, like, is on the outside. He puts his elbow against the wall. He's like, hey. And she's like, move.
Oh.
You're just gonna move them?
Yeah.
And she's like, she has her hand like hovering near the orb. She goes, good job. And keeps walking on and like,
What's that?
leave me alone. And leaves. She goes into the same room. And you hear ding, ding, ding.
If you die before we get there. Wait, no, he took all of your shit. Never mind.
Wait, what? Who are you talking to?
You do a
elf.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, hold your money.
It's funny, I have more money than you, and I didn't even lie. I didn't
And
even
he
try to
didn't-
lie.
Yeah, he just forgot he had 20 copper, which isn't that much, really. It's like,
I know, but I still have
2
20
silver.
copper.
yeah, it's 2 silver.
You tried to swindle him, and
Failed
you
miserably.
you failed miserably and got it all taken away. I succeeded in swindling him out of 20 copper
On accident.
on accident.
Anyway, so yeah.
Fuck me. No, really.
The girl. Hi. No,
That's sweet.
anyway. So you guys,
I
you know,
don't know any of you people.
there is one. By the way, the Marcus guy comes back, the Nazirian. He's like, I can show you guys to where the sleep sleeping if you want.
Sure.
Or you can, I don't know, sleep like what you want. Just watch out not to sleep in Captain's room because he's a bit eccentric.
Like we hadn't noticed.
Yep, I know. He's like, I know. You know my pain now. And walks and he leads you to a door. And there's a bunch of like hammocks where there's like crew bed. He points the two in the corner. He's like, those are where you guys can sleep. By the way, the reason we don't have mainly mattresses is because we move, and that's dumb. To have a mattress, you'll fall off. The only person who has a mattress is the captain, and it's very, very much a feather bed, so he just sinks into it. So yeah, you guys gonna sleep, do whatever?
Can I have a pillow?
No. Yeah, sure.
Can I have a
He reaches in
pillow?
the locker and gives you a pillow. It's a very rough, like, workman's pillow. You want one?
I don't really care. Give me one.
Alright, there you go. Hands your pillow.
Disappointment.
And he's like, anyway,
What's it made of? Usually.
it's like a burlap sack with some sort of, like, rough material in it. Like, nothing not too soft.
It's full of rocks.
It's full of other burlap sacks. And it's just, like, sewn shut. That's how it is. Hey, don't break the pillow. I work real hard that's, like, really roughly sewn. Anyway. Yeah. He's just like, just stay out of our way and, we won't throw you off the ship.
Oh, thank
In
God.
flight. Anyway.
We'll throw you off once we land.
I assume you've done this before.
Nope. I'm just kidding. We totally have. I'm gonna go on night search.
You haven't-
And he just kind of goes out. And you just kind of, you see him, like, fixing one of the thunder boons. And you see him, like, pull out something, and he's just kind of looking at it. It looks like a small firework thing. And he's just, puts it back in, like, his bag of holding thing. Continues to walk off. And you guys go to bed. Do you want to spend some time tinkering? There's the phone thing.
Yeah, I'll spend a little bit of time tinkering.
It's on top of that.
Make
You got
a-
plenty.
Question: do I have a limited amount of resources for tinkering, or
You can make a basic tinker still. You don't have enough to make a, advanced.
I'll make a.
What?
I think I'll make. I don't know what I'll make.
You don't have to tinker. It's just a choice that you can do. I can if you give me an intelligence roll, I can maybe give you a couple options, like ideas. Sure. Do an intelligence roll. Your intelligence is +1, I believe. It's +4 because luck.
Yeah, I like that. 18.
All right, you come up with some ideas. You think of maybe making yourself a hand crossbow. Maybe you can make those dart lustines.
Yes, Lestine darts.
Oh, okay. That's what you're doing? In the hand crossbow?
Yep. Well, more of a actual full-size crossbow.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if you have a dart. That's gonna kill somebody. So the dart thing's kind of pointless.
Yeah, you're right.
Crossbow.
Yeah.
Plus,
Miniature
a hand
crossbow.
crossbow sounds more like your character. Like,
Mhm.
ah! I'm kidding.
Oh no!
She's
Please
just an
don't.
asshole.
What?
He's like, we'll tell him Sasha and Scooby are staying the night. Fucking dick.
What?
He's talking about his mother, by the way.
Wait, did they leave without you?
No,
Yeah, I would love that.
no. My dogs are staying with someone else, and they're staying the night in my house right now.
Anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I don't feel exactly safe around people right now. Like the people with
This cruise seems a bit
off.
Anyway. Yeah, there is a,
You couldn't have picked a better ship.
Probably not.
You had to go for the chicken. Or the duck, or whatever the fuck it is.
What did you call it?
A chicken.
Close it and goes back. This guy, like, this isn't even like me being goofy. This is what this character is. You call his ship a duck, he will fuck you.
Up. That pause.
He'll fuck you up.
Yep,
Dude, that pause was so bad.
that's the point.
It's like it's like someone says, "Oh, it's a duck." Marcus, Captain. Oh!
Anyway, so yeah, I get it. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are on the duck fuck ship. It does have a name, by the way.
What is it called?
It's called the Illyrium.
Hilarious fuck a duck.
In the by the way, it's called the Illyrium. By the way, you do notice something about that? It's Elven. Il means duck, and the area and the other part basically means cross out duck and have chicken. And you're guessing the cat doesn't look like he knows Elvish at all.
At all.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. It does actually mean waterfowl. So it basically means duck. That's what the ship's name means.
Even though it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a chicken.
Yeah, you're guessing it's a huge prank on the captain because he doesn't seem to know
Anything?
Yeah, he seems like he's probably a good fighter, and he probably killed a lot of people for no apparent reason, and yeah, he doesn't seem like the smartest fellow.
He's
Seems
like
a
a
decent
couple. He's a
strategist.
couple marbles short of a.
Okay, no, he's not dumb in any way. He's just really eccentric.
So
A bit
like
crazy.
Share Gorath.
No, okay, not that level. He's not
Cheese for everyone.
in fish sticks.
Cheese and fish sticks.
Wait, did he say fish sticks or
Yeah,
something?
he says that in Skyrim because I always have the fish stick joke. It was him in Skyrim.
Oh yeah, because they're always referencing have a fishy stick, which was on their forums.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are on the ship. You guys just want to sleep, do your tinker. Oh, you can do your tinker, yeah.
Mm.
I'll say you can make 3 darts. Okay.
And the little.
Because your pouch is about that big. And you have
Tomorrow around
3 like that.
4.
Yeah.
I'm going around 4 tomorrow.
Okay. So we'll go to Tiun. You no longer have a leather flask of Lestine.
Did I use all the Lestine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make 3 darts.
Oh, leather bag. Still has the leather thing.
Nope.
What?
He used it to make the pouches for the Lestine. He has a limited amount of resources.
Except that I was able to make a little music box out of absolutely nothing.
Let's just say you get scraps most of the time to make basic things.
There is no equivalent exchange.
Could have some
I have
of
a
the trees.
philosopher's stone.
But only for basic tinkering.
Exactly. I've got a limited philosopher's stone.
It's unlimited, but not very powerful. Now,
Tries to make a tower.
slowly, brick by boring brick. Somebody give that reference, please. Anyway. So you're probably able to make a couple other just bolts.
Mm-hmm.
You can just probably make 5 just normal little bolts.
Mm-hmm.
So you get small, 5 of those, and you have your 3 Lestine bolts, which are devastating.
Would that be lethal or?
They won't.
I mean,
Lestine
it's being injected directly into the bloodstream.
Lestine usually won't kill somebody, but this will get them super hammered.
Like the poison darts in Assassin's Creed where they just flail around their weapons.
Yeah, except they're drunk, so they're more like, "I love you." Basically, it'll make them real dumb. Real dumb.
And I imagine
And this can work on orcs.
And I'm imagining the fact
Not
that
as much, but still.
I'm imagining the fact that they get hammered that quick would be disorienting enough to
Basically, it'll be like they go,
you win the fight.
it hits them and they're like,
Exactly.
and he goes up to a friend. I never told you that I love you. I swear to drunk, officer. Ossifer. I swear to drunk, I'm not God.
Oh, wait, dude. Imagine if you needed to get someone fired, and you use
Light
one
them
of
on fire.
those. Well, no, I wasn't gonna say that, but well,
I
actually,
can do that.
Well, no, what I was about to say is, what happens if you don't like somebody and they're not supposed to be drinking on the job?
You just shoot them with a Lestine arrow.
Exactly, and they're just suddenly.
What?
What? Nothing.
What?
What? Nothing.
What would Tiun sound like
What?
drunk? I love you guys.
I love you guys.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys wake up in the morning, and you're hanging by ropes in midair. Nothing else around you.
I look up.
You've got to be
down.
fucking kidding me.
Like
You guys
by
are
your
hanging-
feet?
You guys are hanging below the ship.
I look down but up. The direction of up but down in my
Yeah.
predicament.
The ship is above you.
We grab the rope and climb up.
I thought,
Yeah,
I,
you're
sp-
tied
I thought I
up.
spent the entire night tinkering.
No, you spent part of the night tinkering, and then you went to sleep. You got a full night's sleep. Connor got a little bit more than a full night's sleep. You guys,
Do I still have my stuff?
you guys have all your things.
They're really lazy.
No, because you guys are going over, and then you see a plateau approaching at about your guys' level.
Can I
Very
borrow the
quickly.
ropes and climb up?
And, yeah.
Or on my hands, not the whole rope.
Yeah, you could. You'd heat it, but then you'd take a second, like... It's still going, and this plateau is fast approaching. By the way, you guys don't see any, like... You guys don't see any obsidian mountains, you see any pine trees. This is very oak East Coast, like American East Coast looking. Like oak trees and stuff. Like that's around you.
Don't drop us, don't drop us, don't drop us.
Basically, literally, you guys start to go to the plateau, and it is inches between the top of the plateau and you guys' heads. And then you hear... You guys just roll and or land on the plateau. Shit keeps going.
Damn it. God. Oh, shit.
You guys are on the plateau now. You see a city down below on the plateau. And you guys are basically where they said they'd bring you. And you just see, like, on the back of the ship,
Get a steal from them, damn it.
just on the back of the ship is the captain with two middle fingers just giving you the bird.
Fucking duck.
Shoots him with the crossbow.
You hear in the distance, what? Give me the thunderboon!
Fuck you, duck.
And you see somebody go, and they're strapping it to the railing on the back.
We might need to move now.
Yes. Great.
Shits.
I run toward
You guys, the edge of the plateau or whatever? Where you guys running?
ski down it.
How can you ski down?
It's not very sheer. It's just like plateau. It looks like a normal mountain that just got cut. No, it's not sheer cliffs. It's just like a normal mountain. Like pretty, not that steep.
Oh, it's cut on the top.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just cut along the top to be a plateau. And it's very strange looking. Also, there's a bunch of trees that look like they should be like going up that are cut as well. It's like this exact level's been cut. 2 blocks.
Damn
No,
it.
but no, it's just been like a very sheer, clean cut.
Yeah.
God.
And you look at the mountains around. There's like one trail that goes off. This looks like the end of it, but there's like another range that goes in to the east, and it's the same everywhere. Like this layer seems to just be cut clean for like a long while. Anyway, so you guys run down the mountain. You do hear like land like not that close to you guys. Because you look back and you see Marcus pulling it away from you. He's like, LaMarcus, let me kill them! You can just see like very thin as the ship keeps going away.
So Marcus saved us.
Yeah.
Can
By
I
the
take
way-
the harpoon?
It's obliterated. The explosion, by the way, was like 20 feet. Everything in it is dust. It's not like an explosion, it was...
Wait, is that why the dock blew up? Did they shoot it?
Nope, they did not shoot it. You didn't hear any shooting at least. Anyway, so yeah.
Did you use a magic missile in this?
No. By the way, you see after this, you see a ship leaving the town below you towards them, and you can tell it's like a military ship. Yeah, it's a older model of airship, so it's like a boat, basically, with a
They're
balloon
fine.
above it. And you do hear. You see this little tiny firework going towards the ship. It hits the ship, and the ship just giant explosion. Like half of like your guys' like just vision of where that ship was is just.
I would dive down to. Fuck.
And there's like bits of wood, but they all like burn up before they hit the ground, and the ship keeps going. It's like some other ships are deploy. They go back to not deploying.
You hear in the distance.
Wait a minute.
Right here, the ship goes. The firework goes.
Wait, so this is the fuckaduck fighting off other.
Yeah, with a
Okay.
little firework.
Little, like a pot rocket.
Yeah.
The magic missile.
You had to choose that one?
You do. By the way, you guys turn and you just like you guys are talking. And you like look over in the direction and just casually sitting on like a stump. There's just a guy looking at you guys. With a, like he's got like a black clothes on. His hair's like stark white with the red eyes.
Just like, just somewhat goes quiet. And
He's
like,
sitting in that like, do you want me like one of you French girl positions like at you guys? Hey,
I would
how's
go
it going?
completely silent and just like awkwardly wave to him.
How's it going? You guys seem to be having fun. By the way, now that you guys look at him, you thought he was a stump, but there just seemed to be a stump between you guys at the perfect level. He's floating. Like that. He's like, alright. You guys having a bit of fun there? Because I love having fun and playing games. He sits up and he's like,
God damn it!
he's crisscrossed.
I know who this is.
Right.
Is
do
this
you
one of
think
your
it is?
characters?
Maybe. Maybe not. You're close. He's floating there, he's saying crisscross, he's like, so, you guys want to play a
Oh.
game?
No, never mind. I know who it is now.
What is it?
Is it the anime?
No, it's not based on anything. It's a character you probably haven't met. I don't think so, anyway. He's just like, so, you guys want to play a game with me?
Yeah.
If we
why not?
refuse.
I'll kill you. I'm kidding. Not really. So, what do you guys say? You want to play a game with a fae? Oh,
Say
you
it for us.
game?
whatever I want. Otherwise, I'll kill you.
I thought it was the.
Well, what the fuck do you want to play?
Let me think about that. He snaps fingers. You guys are in black and nothingness.
What's in it for us?
Is
Is
With
this,
no,
is
like,
this why it's
gravity or
plateaued?
Me?
You don't know.
We're just kind
You guys are just floating without like any gravity in a black nothingness void. And then he appears. Well, let's play a game, shall we? So, how about this? And there's suddenly this white floor in all directions appears below you, like infinite floor. You guys slam on the ground,
hands breaking up.
and he's just like, let's test a little bit of your combat skills, eh? Fight these, and you just see out like fleshing out of the ground are like people with no features at all, like anywhere. They're like male, so they don't have any like chest but they don't have any junk. They're just completely white, like white, not like white race, and they have like no face,
I would like
Mannequin.
basically.
I would cartwheel into a position where I could get most of them in a single line and do a wall of fire.
There's all right, you do this. You know, it's a wall of fire, so you just summon it there, and let me just double check the wall of fire. Nobody's used it yet. It's been a while since I wrote it down. Oh, you basically just roll me a d6. And while they're in that, basically it applies firing damage at whatever you roll.
3.
So it's 3 damage per turn. They seem unfazed by it, by the way. They're just standing in the flame. They look at each other. Their motions are very very sudden, and they're like birds, kind of.
Yeah.
And they like looking at their hands. It's very like Japanese horror.
Kinda
Or,
like
like that kind of juddering motion, and they kind of look at each other, and they're moving, and they make like laughing motions, but they're not. No noise comes out. And then they walk out of the fire, and the fire. Basically, one of them walks out of the fire, and there's a little bit of fire on him, and he just wipes it off. The other goes, and they like makes this motion of breathing in, and all the fire flows into him, and then he turns red.
Nice.
Have fun with my toys! And he disappears. And the 2 mannequin things are there. The other one's just like looking at Josh directly. and kind of like it turns his head sideways inquisitively. Like, what are you gonna do?
Curb stomp that.
I'm not gonna attack.
All right. You don't. He turns to Connor.
I get
Turns
the
out the other way.
feeling that they're not. I have a theory. Maybe they're not inherently hostile.
Unless you attack him. But
Yeah.
based on my character, I would do attack him no matter what.
Oh yeah, I know.
Basically,
But like, I
like-
wouldn't.
And then
Leslie has own.
the blank one starts. The white one starts walking towards you and gets like right up in your face. Like very like. By the way, his walk. It looks like he goes, moves to take a step in that one motion, and then he disappears and appears right in front of you. It's like all of his motions, even walking, only have a beginning and an end.
So it's like when you're in a dream.
There is no motion to these people.
Is this
They
the
just
dream
appear
of,
in their end position.
This is somebody's dream.
Yeah.
Ish.
He's like, probably like 5 feet from you, face to face. He just has this sideways head, like angled inquisitively.
If these people, if these things don't have any like body structure, that means they've never been able to take it.
No,
what if you like inject them with blast?
No, the thing,
Probably not bloodstream either.
they have features and like structure. They look like people with no features. That's what I'm saying.
Like no eyes.
Yeah, it's just flat everywhere.
I would run up and place my hand on their neck and jump and go slam them onto the ground.
A John Cena.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. You have agile, so you do it. Give me a strength roll.
Did I have 1 on strength? I do have +1. Ugh, 10.
You do it. He's on the ground, and there's a little bit of a white like a little bit of like his head, like it's like a dent in it, and there's like a white gel, but he felt completely dry. And he sits up, and it like almost as if going back in time flows back into his head.
So like Bacano immortality.
Yeah. It's like that, but into the back of his head, and then he looks at you, and then a hand is on your neck. And it's, by the way, this one, he felt his head and all his skin felt dry before. This one feels wet against your neck.
Moist.
No, not really moist, more like
It's a liquid?
or like a gel, like something that make a noise.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I
a-
know.
like
I just
mud.
wanted to say moist.
Yeah.
Moist.
But yeah, that is what it feels like.
What other attacks do I have?
Your skills,
Eldritch. Okay, yeah, I have Eldritch Blast.
and he's holding you by the neck, but not doing anything else, and just looking at you inquisitively.
I would swipe at his arm and then do an Eldritch Blast.
So are you hitting his arm?
I would. Yeah.
So as you hit his arm, your hand passes through it partially as if it's liquid, and you go to do an Eldritch Blast, and you feel no magic come to that part of your body that's stuck in his hand.
And I go.
You can move it to your other hand, and you can try.
I guess. Yeah.
And all right, 1 second. Let me just do a roll for me. For me, not for you. All right. So you do it. You can do it, basically. So you put it. It's a D20. Hope you don't get D1.
How does that happen?
You do a 2, and it basically you shoot it, and it just barely clips him.
And then the next one is a 19. What the hell?
And some of the gel leaves his body, and then it goes back to him, and then he grabs your other hand, and it kind of like morphs into like around your hands, like kind of like cuffs, just like.
Is he only
gel
fighting
around.
one of them?
Yeah, the other one's just kind of looking back, just kind of doing the same, like looking between you, looking Japanese horror, creepy as fuck. And he's just like, it looks at you, and it just looking at you inquisitively.
I would stare at him back. Stare back at him.
You don't see any eyes or anything.
I would stare at where his eyes should be.
By the way, as you do that, his face seems to quiver, and then eyes start to appear on it, and then just ears pointed.
No! Fuck you.
He is slowly turning into your features.
I would place my hand on. Does he have both of my hands?
Yeah.
I would place my hand. I don't think that's a good idea.
He's just slowly, like hair. It's still like the white gel kind of stuff. It looks like gel, but not at the same. It looks a solid and liquid at the same time. And it's slowly forming into like you. And then it quivers and goes back into its formal form. It kind of like shakes its head, lets you go, and goes, like quivering and hunches over. And it just goes into a puddle. And then you see buildings appear that seem familiar to Connor. You can't quite place it though. Looks like a town maybe. And the other one goes over and just lights it on fire.
I would instantly like understand what it's doing.
The red one just puts a fire on the.
I would backhand it. No.
The fire one, or
yeah.
You're not burnt because it's your magic absorbed by it, and it just looks at you and goes. Turns into a familiar woman figure to Connor, and there's fire coming off of it. Tiun has no idea what's going on. He just sees a
At this
burning
point,
little
I just-
rock village and a burning woman.
At this point, I just sit, cross-legged, pull out just because I'm noticing that I'm perfectly fine and I haven't attacked anybody, so I pull out the music box and just kind of.
The fire thing stops, turns back into itself. The white thing goes going back into itself, and they're both looking at you.
Breathing heavily.
No, they're just both looking at you. They don't make any noises. They're back to just being featureless and completely no. They look at you and they go. They sit cross-legged in front of you. The fire one, all the fire seems to have drained out of them. So he's just white again. And then just sit cross-legged from you. Cross-legged, not cross-legged. They kind of look at each other and put their hands together, and it forms the same music box, and it starts playing in perfect sync. And as they're doing this, they're slowly going together. And right as the last note plays, there's one holding the music box in its arms, and it closes its hands and it's gone. It looks at you, nods, and then fades. You got it!
Is that actually the plan? Or did
You
just
had a
make
bit
that
of fun. It's one of the endings that could happen. You failed, though.
You're an asshole.
But now I know a lot about you. Time for the next
Fire.
game. Your fire disappears. Welcome to my realm. Anyway, let's get back to another round of the game, shall we?
I think he's gay. I'm just kidding.
I call this one mental torture. Does a backflip. Basically, he flips in the air, and where from his head is, just starts. It looks like it goes through a portal. So it's just like, and yeah, he's gone. And then you find you guys in a city, like a town. It's not your town, Connor. It's just a town. And there are two hooded figures, like with feminine shapes. But that's all you can really discern of them. But they're like, they're in the distance, down their other town, both of them arms crossed, heads down. There is white hair draping down from one and blonde hair draping down from the other.
I figured it was just screw with me.
That's in the town. All the buildings, by the way, you notice, you see into the buildings just behind the windows. It's just black, something across it. This town is not real.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks really real. It's both real and fake at the same time to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not in the
Stupid world editors didn't bother having it inside the buildings.
Yeah. It's like a movie
Lazy,
set, basically. But, yeah. So it's, what's a movie? I don't know. One of those moving picture shows. Anyway.
I would calm down from the last, thing, and I would slowly walk over to these two.
By the way, you going with him?
Hmm?
You going with him to the two women?
Sure.
You guys go up to the women. They look up. Both of them are familiar to you guys. Tiun sees a woman of his past. Someone special to him. And Aeoryn sees... In Aeoryn's life, he had a father, a mother, and a sister. His parents never really got along with. And his sister was his one saving grace. You see her. And she did end up like your parents, by the way. You see... both. This is what you two see. Both people special to you. They both are looking you straight in the eyes. They say nothing, and they just stare in your eyes.
Secure games.
You guys do anything?
Oh, fire.
You pull out fire
Wall of fire.
on both of them.
On mine specifically.
So you're doing like, like a sideways,
Yeah, like a wall.
like,
Yeah.
like a streak
Yeah.
going out from you. All right, you do that, and you don't have to roll damage. You just instantly, she screeches, the exact same screech that you heard when it happened, and you hear, "Aeoryn, help, save me," and then she fades away. It brings back lots of traumatic memories for Aeoryn.
I would sit down crisscross going.
There is now that woman. That woman that Aeoryn has never seen before, but is very prominent in Tiun. She's just kind of staring at you. The same demeanor she always had in your life. Aeoryn's just on his head in his hands on the ground. By the way, basically, you guys are both like in the center of the road, side by side. The exact center of the road, but everything on Connor's side just goes, poofs away. It's back to blackness. There's still town on your side, though. By the way, you do realize why this town is familiar to both of you. Your half was your Underdark town. Aeoryn's half was his town he grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
They were just half and half. And surprisingly, actually kind of similar. Like, layouts.
I would kind of like shakily kind of like stands back up. And...
What does Tiun do? By the way, she seems like she's holding something in her hands between the sleeves. You just don't know what. Like, there seems to be like she's cupping her hands. Like 2 cups of each hand.
I don't say a word, and I reach out my hand without saying anything and without forcing her to give anything. I just put out my hand as if to just humbly request.
Actually, she does seem to move and puts her hands above yours and drops something in your hands that is cold. That you can't see anything in your hands. It feels like a chain, like a thin chain. With something on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can feel like something bulbous in the middle, maybe like a mechanism. But and then she fades, her frown fades, and then the guy comes back, but he doesn't look as like happy. He looks very stern and stoic, and he goes, "I like my games, but I also like to reunite. As long as it is wanted." And he looks at Aeoryn when he says this. "Now, before my other half comes back, and we continue these games." He snaps his fingers. In your hand appears a silver locket with a symbol that you know is from her family's crest. And it's in your hand. You know it's her locket, like specifically, which was lost when she died. And he looks at you and goes, "I know you fear." And in your hands, like basically floating in front of you, is a red feather that looks like maybe a phoenix feather, and that's very predominant, seeing as your sister's pet was a phoenix. And basically, on it, on the very tip, like the quill part, is a like slight bit of blood. And this drifts down in front of you, and he just nods at you. He goes, "Now, my other half returns."
Not in character, but that just like jumps.
Let's continue the game, eh?
Oh wait,
One more
question:
round.
Do we get to keep the things?
Yep, nothing gets taken away from you or anything, or seemingly.
I mean, do we get to keep after the games.
You'll find out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna meta and tell you anything pre.
Okay.
Bam.
And stick the thing in the...
By the way, when Connor puts this thing behind his ear, a little bit of gold appears, and it's like this gold wraparound of his ear. Like, you know, it's like it seems to be a jewel thing. Like, you know, headphones have the wraparound piece. It's that, but made of gold, and the feathers stacked to it now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bead necklace, which was something his sister liked, hanging out like a Jack Sparrow bead. And yeah, and you, what do you do with the locket?
I just stuff it into my back pocket.
He is. So, last round, shall we? Or do you want to die? And when he does, his face, just his hair goes like blood red. His face is black, and his eyes are deep red. He's like, or do you want to die? Or do you want to play a game? And he's back to his normal self.
Let's get this over with. Let's play the last game.
Alrighty then. Okay, let's play. and then he goes, let's play a little game of strategy. Or live chess. Or maybe we play it a bit more fun. How about this? You guys appear. You are on a giant chess field in the places of pawns.
I'm getting sick of this.
And you see him floating above the. You guys are on the white side, and he's on the black side. And he's just like pawn to a3. moves. But he starts. I don't actually know if that's correct for chess, but you know.
I was gonna say, are we just gonna be playing mental chess because I can't do this?
Now basically he moves it forward once. And he's like, hey, what are you guys gonna do? By the way, you just notice appearing next to him is like a teacup. He takes a drink of it, and the tea kind of splatters up. He's like, oh. And he goes, and it drops back down to his mouth. He's,
Oh. Got it, baby.
by the way, he's slowly turning. So he's like in anti-gravity, and slowly turning, but like still always facing you, but like turning like a clock. And whenever he drinks the tea, like when he's upside down, the tea just goes. The tea seems normal, then he raises it and goes, and droops into his mouth. And it seems this is his realm. Physics and everything do not work here properly.
I would take 2 steps forward.
And 6 steps back? No, sorry. Anyway, so he tips 2 steps forward on the next square.
Next 2 squares.
Oh, okay. So you go to 4
Because
squares.
actual chess rules.
You go for 2 chess. Thanks. And then, literally, as you're about to take the step onto the second one, a saw blade appears and goes in front of you, on the line between the two.
I would give no emotion or anything to this thing, and I would finish the step on the next.
Alright, you do it. He's giving you, like, really wide eyes, like, a really big smile, very creepily. Alrighty. About this. Pawn, assassinate the queen. And yet the pawn appears where your guys' queen was.
I would turn around and fire.
At the pawn?
Yes.
You hit it and it goes, he's like, aw, you got him. Anyway, guess it's my turn again since you went. Well, anyway, no. That rook is mine now. And it turns black. He's just still smiling at you guys really creepily.
Firewall along the entire back row of his pieces.
They all go, he's like, aw. Pawn row, turn into queens. By the way, these are like statues, not like chess pieces. And they go, and they'll pull out swords. Advance! And they move forward 1. Also, stop it. And he flicks away into the fire. You feel the fire magically leave your body.
I'm just gonna walk forward without any regards to rules.
Hey, stop it! Queens, advance more! These are like these giant, like white metal, black metal, sorry, like knights with like feminine features are advancing towards you. They're probably like 10 feet tall, on every one. They're 2 spaces away from you now. In this game, I can do anything I want. I hate rules anyway. Oh, boring. They make the games no fun. I make my own rules. Because that means I always win.
Tiun pulls out locket from back pocket.
Okay.
Tiun drops locket on floor.
It drops to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this right now is basically the only thing in my inventory right now that ties me to this nightmare.
Yeah.
Steps on locket despite how much it actually means to Tiun.
You step on it, and the entire realm quivers for a second. You know, nothing else happens. He just kind of like, his smile fades, he looks at you, and his eye twitches. And then he just keeps looking at you directly. He's like, Queens, advance. They advance one more towards you. There's 1 space between you guys now. Queens, advance again. They go 1 more towards you. Queens, attack. And they raise their swords towards you and go to swing at you. And as the swords come down, the one that's they're all just doing the one in front of them. The one in front of you stops mere hairs before your face. And on the shaft of the sword, holding onto it, is the woman that you know. But like an eternal form of her. And she kind of looks back at you, and there are like tears streaming down her eyes. And then that's about it. And the queen she's holding disappears, and then she fades away.
Actually, I was about to do something that was going to be kind of surprising. But whatever.
Yeah.
I
And
have an idea.
he's just like, he is violently like, he's not like, and he's not the other half of him. He's like twitching. And he's like, he looks for a crazy guy. Nobody interferes with my games. Nobody breaks my games. Nobody.
If we were allowed to do it, if it was something I was allowed to do, then I'd say I was playing by your fucking rules.
You were. But I'm changing the rules. Dark Elf, die. And all life leaves your body. You fall to the ground.
Khan, assassinate the queen. And I sprint forward and... I meant king, but I sprint forward and jump at him.
You stop in midair in front of him. You're trying to break the game too. This isn't how you play chess. You should follow my rules. People do what you say. They'll do whatever you say. But you don't attack the other person. Unless you're me. So, he holds him there. He's like, I'll kill you. Just keep playing. Have your pieces do something. Play the game. No. And he does the demon form again and leaves. Or I'll kill you like your friend.
Dude, this should totally be like someone. If we could code, I would totally make a mod for like Elder Scrolls, like a quest mod that's just this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You can do whatever you want. Just tell me what to do. You could have I don't know, kill a god if you wanted to. Kill your friend again, if you're into that kind of thing.
Bring him back.
All life is brought back into you. Damn it!
Mortality!
Dark Elf, die!
Am I just life's punching bag at this point?
Immortality!
What?
Immortality.
For you?
Yeah.
Damn it!
I'm still.
Unimmortality!
Damn it.
What are you doing? Just
Wait a minute.
because I didn't set who's the god here doesn't mean you can take control.
Diop.
The hell does that mean? I might have made a realm where everybody's a god. I shouldn't be telling you these things.
Wait.
Why am I telling you these things?
The crazy person is dead.
I turn on the pieces.
Meta. You can't.
No, that's not what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was saying, if you say that.
No, I'm saying you can't tell him things to do. That's not meta.
Damn it.
I turn all the pieces into checkers.
I don't know how to play checkers. I was hating checkers. It's all crisscrossy and weird. I don't know what's happening anymore. Chess! And it does that. There's a big lock that appears. Lock chess!
Oh.
Lock chest. You see a chest in the distance get locked. I'm crazy! What did you think? Oh, by the way, I didn't introduce myself. My name
You're a
is...
shit guy. You're a shit.
My name is Zejabar.
Shabard.
Zejabar. I'm the Fae of Madness. Quite fun. Like games. Yeah, but you can just call me Ze. Or Monkey Dick. All my friends that don't exist call me that.
I refuse to call you Monkey Dick.
Shut up! You're supposed to be... Wait. By the way, you are talking.
What?
Your character just talked.
No.
No, I'm saying, your character talked.
Oh, did he?
You're dead, but your character just talked.
Because I did it in my normal voice.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant to
But no,
do.
that comes out in your Drow voice.
Okay.
Shut up! It's because it's the size of a monkey! More like a gorilla. I have to have a bag of holding on at all times. Anyway,
I don't understand any of you.
how are you still alive? Oh, probably because I didn't allow death in this universe. Turn death on.
Kill you.
Shit. And he just disappears.
Revive him.
Like he literally just went, and he was gone.
Revive him.
It revived. Like, full health. You can, like, move now. You were, like, alive, but you just couldn't move or anything.
Open up a portal back to reality.
Opens up.
Dude, we can get like such OP stuff before we leave.
Oh, by the way, the world is slowly dematerializing.
Okay, quickly. What do you want?
The next tiers of my fire spells.
You have them.
Okay.
I don't think I'll get these when I leave, now that I think about it.
I want... I don't know what I want.
Dematerializing universe behind you.
Okay. I want...
Make your locket back. There you go.
Oh, thank you. And yeah. Okay. I want a 2 extra buff in every single category.
You have them.
Okay. I like this.
It's the portal in front of you guys.
I say I don't let these two exist in the next when I go leave this portal.
And there's nothing really happening when you do that, but yeah.
Also, I want the +2 and the things too.
I want this
You
realm
have
to
it.
not dematerialize.
It stops for a second, and you hear,
Go back to
Goes back to dematerializing. Like, and then you guys think, this is the realm of madness. So.
Think faster. Turn bigger. Turn bigger.
Goes back to just going at normal speed. You guys have like a 10-foot radius around you guys now. There's the portal.
Okay.
I want
Last thing.
the Sword of Gods.
It's just really OP looking sword. It's the size of a skyscraper.
I push it, like I make it so it goes through the portal.
The portal is just blue. You can't see anything on the other side.
Make it clear.
You don't see a portal anymore.
Oh, shut up. Okay, make it so I can see what's on the other side.
It just goes back to being blue.
Oh. Really? Really?
I hope I can. I hope I can.
Last thing.
5 feet around you guys.
Go out there and see if they still exist.
Give me
3 feet.
a give me an infinite supply of those
Resting darts?
yes. And then let's get out of here.
You literally have this little like backpack that is just slowly they're piling up out of it. They're just flooding out of it. There's a portal in front of you guys.
Yeah,
Like-
let's go.
Like literally inches now. You guys are just.
Infinite bag of holding. Jump.
You guys go through. You guys will appear.
Oh, did you
It's
just
gone.
Yeah, you have none of the items.
Damn it.
what?
Literally, they're on you for a second. They go back into the realm.
I grabbed
Although
it.
there are 2 things on you.
Oh.
But there's no portal behind you. Just go back into nothingness. There is a feather on your ear and then lock it in your hand.
Damn it. I didn't think it would be that easy.
Yeah,
And then literally,
I had the
by the way,
feeling
but you guys look behind you, and where the portal was, there's just a closed door, and that's it. Like there's no building; it's just a closed door in the middle of nowhere. And then it goes, "I'm a door," and closes, and like disappears. I'm not even kidding. This is what happens. This is not like that goofy universe, except for the God of Madness. Shagorth. Oh no, sorry. I'd say he's a lot different than Shagorth, actually.
He is. He doesn't have a Scottish accent.
Says.
He doesn't like fish dicks.
Oh well. Oh, that's funny.
That was not fun.
Oh.
Oh, it's 11.
Do it. Anyway.
Dude. What if we're still in the realm of madness? And everything we continue to play, we're just not actually doing anything.
Disclaimer, not in the world of madness anymore.
What if that was lying?
You see like, the gods of light? I don't know what to do to this. I don't know how to counter this. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you guys are back in your realm. You can feel you guys selves reattuned to your realm. All your magics and stuff come back.
So tell me,
Just shooting fire bolts into the air. Actually, you don't have fireball. You're shooting eldritch blasts.
I don't have firebolt?
No, you fire wall.
Oh.
will someone tell me what just happened?
Thing of madness.
All the someones around you.
Yeah, let's go with the town.
Yeah, there's a town down there. There's like in the distance, like in a field, is a burning wreck.
There's really a loot in that.
The ship.
I know. Duh, but yeah. Go down.
So imagine you with like an airplane. Yeah. The airplane run. Yeah. Anyway, you guys go down to town. Down to town. You don't go downtown yet.
Okay.
It's like a port town. Everything's amid like lots of red stone.
Uh-huh.
Not like Minecraft redstone, just like a
Yeah.
red sandstone.
Yeah.
I got it.
A lot of ships and like towards the like harbor, it looks like there's a bunch more bigger buildings. And you both know what this town is called because it's pretty famous in the magical community. Even you would have heard of it. It is called Seastone, and this is where it's the like one of the best universities of magic is. Like there's one in the Dawn Republic in the capital. There is a minor one. There's a couple minor ones in the Corvix one. Like it's not that big there. There's also one in the Elven Isles, and then there's this one, which is the first one ever invented, which is weird because the elves are a lot older. Oh, they have a bunch of stuff that they come from the Fey realm, which is where they're from, and the Fays. But yeah. So you guys walk to the town. They're also in town. There are, you've heard of a lot of rumors about Seastone. There's all the mage stuff. They have a huge library here. It's
Damn, I wish I had money.
It's a great trade town and a great scholar town. And crime rate is very low here. Because of a certain, there might happen to be a high mage here.
Man, like, let's go do some magic, man.
Oh my god.
Now, high mages are basically they're either called high mages or great wizards, and they're the most. They are basically the 10 most powerful wizards. Are called that.
They're basically demigods.
Yeah, they're as close to being as god as like most mortals can come to. At least with magic.
Yeah.
Why can't I fuck with anyone, like, anywhere? It sucks.
It seems to me that mainly people don't do crime here because they just don't want the chance of that happening to them. There's something happening to them from the high mage. The police force isn't like they have guards and like metal. By the way, all the guards here are knights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this country is also very, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like tropical. Like, but it's not at the same time. It's like Gaelic, but plus a little bit of like Persian. Not really like Persian, but it's hard to explain. It's like a very. Just, when you think of usually like foreign, like that kind of thing. It's I guess kind of, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I guess Spain's a good example. It's very like Spain-esque.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's still like English-esque elements too, but it's a lot of Spanish. Hotel Montoya. My name is Inigo Montoya. Kill my father. Prepare to die. Anyway, so yeah.
I walk down and kind of like walk.
And as you guys are to walk down my steps through the like kind of outskirt town bits, we're gonna leave it off for now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because we've been going for a good while now, and I do believe that's long enough of a video. Pick this up later. We will see you guys next time, and please subscribe to us. We need more subscribers.
Subscribe! Subscribers! I love my subscribers.
Anyway, that's been it from us here at AncientGeekMyths, guys. We'll be back next week, and that podcast should be out soon. Have a great time.